The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Are we good? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's Tampa City Council meeting. I'd like to call this meeting to order. At this time, for invocation, Councilmember Hertag, do you have anybody?
We're taking them aside.
Okay. In lieu of that, if we could please stand and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Today is the 80th anniversary of the D-Day invasion. And I want us to take a moment to remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice 80 years ago today. Of those great American heroes, I'd like to acknowledge at least two. These were two individuals that graduated from Hillsborough High School. First, I'd like to name First Lieutenant Murray Roberts of the 101st Airborne Easy Company and Private James Owen of the 82nd Airborne. They're both buried in Normandy at the American Cemetery, but they're one of many heroes. There's a lot. I mean, if you watch TV today, there's live broadcasts with the remaining D-Day survivors that flew over there. The president is there, but we make sure that they are never forgotten. So if we can take a moment of silence to remember them. Thank you very much. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if we could have roll call, please.
Carlson. Here. Hertag.
Here.
Clendenin.
Here.
Henderson.
Present.
Vieira.
Here.
Miranda.
Here.
And Maniscalco.
Here.
We have a fiscal quorum.
All right, may I have a motion to adopt the minutes from May 16, 2024 and May 23, 2024? Councilmember Miranda with the motion, second from Councilmember Henderson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Before I go into housekeeping and in the agenda, I'd like to recognize the Mayor's Youth Corps and Miss Molly Biebel. They're here in the audience. Don't come up. If you could just please stand so we can recognize you and see you today. All right, thank you very much. All right, just let's go through the agenda at this time. We'll begin with item number 3. There is a time certain at 10 a.m. for this item. We have a few presentations before, but once 10 a.m. comes, we're going to go to item number 3. We have a memo received from Councilmember Hertag requesting that item number 14 be pulled for discussion under staff reports. So we will move that. Is that correct, Councilmember?
Yes.
All right. Then we have a memo from our CFO, Dennis Rajero, requesting item number 27 to be heard with 87 under staff reports. So we will be pulling 27 and moving it to staff reports with 87. We have a memo received from Chief Bennett requesting item number 45 to be heard first after public comment. We have a memo received from Councilmember Clendenin requesting items 57 and 58 to be pulled for discussion under staff reports. And now I'm going to go through staff reports one by one. There is no administrative update. Item number 86, it's a large amount. Staff present for 86?
No.
No? Okay.
Actually, yeah, I think people have some questions about this.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, this is a street repaving. 87, yes. It's a yes from me. It's a huge amount. All right. Item number 88. No. No? Okay. So no,
Mr. Chairman,
no staff for 88.
Thank you. That's for the benefit of the people at home and certainly the administration listening. Thank you.
Yes. Item number 89. Do we need staff present for 89? Yes,
No,
ma'am?
I don't think so. I just want to say congratulations to them. This is a really exciting grant, $20 million from the feds for safe streets and roads for all.
Yep.
It's
And
89 and 90 together.
Yes. So no to that. I think that goes to Havana and other places. All right. So no to 89 and 90. Item number 90.
Second.
No?
Oh, you said 90.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry, 91. Do we need a yes?
Yes, because this goes with the other paving at the first one.
Item number 92, yes. Mr.
91
Shelby?
is actually requesting a continuance.
Oh, yeah, 91, yeah.
All right, can I get a motion to continue item
So
number
moved.
91?
July
Motion from
18th.
Councilmember Hurtak. I'm
July
sorry.
18th, correct? I don't have the addendum in front of me.
Yeah, it doesn't say here. So motion
it's
to continue to July 18th.
Yeah, it is July 18th.
Okay.
Yep. All right, so continued. Motion from Councilmember Hurtak, second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor? Aye. Item number 92, Mr. Shelby, yes. Item number 93, Mr. Shelby, yes. Okay, item number 94. Yes on 94. Item number 95.
No.
No? All right, we have a memo, we'll receive and file that. Item number 96, yes. That's regarding Sulphur Springs. Item number 97, there's a written report, Councilmember Vieira?
No, I'll speak on that, but I don't think we need anybody here for that.
Okay. Item number 98. It's going to be an in-person report, so yes. All right, item number 99, yes. Item number 100. There is a written report in lieu of an appearance for said agenda item.
Yes.
Is that sufficient? Yes. Okay, so no staff for 100. Item number 101. This is a request to continue this to June 20th. We have a motion from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor? Item 101 has been continued. Item number 102, there's a request to continue to July 18th, 2024. Motion from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor? Aye. All right, item number 103, there's a request to continue to August 29th. Motion from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor? Aye. Item number 104, there's a request to continue to August 29th. We have a motion from Councilmember Miranda, second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor? Aye. And item number 105, there is a request to continue to a later date to be determined. We have a motion from Councilmember
We need
Clendenin.
a date, though.
I think we ought to,
I can speak to it if you like.
Go ahead, sir.
so I was the maker of this initial motion. I've spoken with staff, and I've actually spoken with the interest of stepping stones as well. They, trying to get paperwork together and reach the requirement for fiscal '24 is time consuming, and probably by the time that's all done, it's gonna basically be October by the time all the paperwork and everything is done. So they're gonna come back to us probably in about a month, maybe a little bit more, with an update to it. That's why it's continued to a further date and not just killed for for '24. But they're working on it. It's moving along, and I was satisfied with the answers from staff.
Why don't we just do a placeholder date?
We could do that.
It will make her happy.
Okay. Okay.
Sir?
I think this community suffered a setback because the pool was unexpectedly
Exactly.
closed. And now we have a lot of kids who would have been participating in programs at the pool that are not participating in programs. And I think there's an urgency and justification to move this quickly. I would request that we bring it back within a week or two, and that,
Well, they're not gonna be ready, with the procedures for the nonprofits. They have to have the, paperwork, and there's these requirements that we require.
How
And
about
because
July 18th?
Because they're just not gonna have the
but
paperwork.
July 18th is going to be too late.
So unless we get asked, unless
Can
you
we
wanna
put
ask the
it-
administration for an emergency appropriation for them for some
I think we
reason,
should, considering this, because we already have all kinds of issues throughout the city because we don't have enough after-school and summer programs, and now we just cut a bunch of them unexpectedly, and so it's worth. This is an emergency. We need to make sure that kids have something to do.
So
We have the
June
chief, we
20th.
have the chief of staff here. Maybe during his report that he could. John, during your report, could you speak to this issue?
Sure. John Bennett, Chief of Staff. Good morning, Council. Good morning, public. I think it's an excellent point about the summer. The pool program through Administrator Wynn's office has been redirecting, folks to other opportunities. But I'm very familiar with the walk-up ability of Sulphur Springs and the importance of those summer programs. So I will talk to the staff, the administration, and see what we can do. And we'll come back. How about we come back and give you an update on the 20th?
Yeah, June 20th.
June
That's the
20th.
next regular meeting.
Okay,
All
so
right.
I move this to June 20th.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Clendenin to continue 105 to June 20th, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much. May I have a motion to approve the agenda and the addendum? Motion from Councilmember Miranda, second from Councilmember Henderson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much. Councilmember Vieira, Police Officer of the Month, item number 1.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's a real pleasure to be here today. How are you, ma'am? Congratulations. I mean that. We're here today for the Police Officer of the Month, and like I always say, Tampa City Council does this to reflect not only our support of law enforcement, but the community support of law enforcement. We live in a city of Tampa where our folks, our constituents throughout all of Hillsborough County, including our city of Tampa, strongly support our first responders, including our police officers. So we have here Chief Kate, who will be speaking some about this wonderful individual and the great work she's done protecting us all. There you are. Go ahead, ma'am.
Good morning, Council. Deputy Chief Ruth Kate here today, representing Chief Lee Burkhall. I would like to thank each of you for taking this time to honor our police officers. This month, I would like to introduce Detective Danielle Laren. I am proud to recognize her as the Officer of the Month for June 2024. In the interest of time, I will only be able to highlight 2 of her cases that led to her selection as Officer of the Month. And when you hear them, you will agree that she goes above and beyond what is expected of Tampa's finest. In March of 2024, a couple reported that they were robbed of more than $1 million of jewelry. The case appeared to have all the elements out of a Hollywood movie. A glamorous couple in town for a jewelry show, they purchase $1 million of fine jewels and they're robbed. Detective Laren got right to work. At first, it appeared as if the criminals just vanished, but she left no stone unturned and was able to come up with a lead that led her to an international theft group known as SAT-G, the South American Theft Group. Detective Laren obtained more than 30 subpoenas and worked tirelessly authoring multiple search and arrest warrants for the suspects. She worked with other local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies and was ultimately able to identify 2 of the individuals involved and get them arrested for this crime. In doing so, the other agencies were also able to solve several offenses related to this pattern and identify a network of dangerous individuals. This investigation actually continues today, and other agencies are using the information provided by Detective Laren to arrest these bad guys and stop these robberies. At the same time, Detective Laren was also assigned a case involving construction thefts, where victims suffered losses exceeding more than $50,000. Detective Laren got right to work on this case too, and used investigative techniques and departmental databases to help develop her leads. She was able to track some of those stolen equipment, which led her to Pasco County. She partnered with the Pasco Sheriff's Office and was ultimately able to ID these suspects and make arrests in her case, recover stolen property, and seize assets, including cars and other items that were used to commit these crimes. And again, she shared leads with another agency to help them solve their cases too. Due to Detective Laren's tenacity, she is able to stop prolific offenders and bring closure for our victims. Her professionalism while working with other agencies is an asset to the Tampa Police Department. And she has also helped those agencies solve their crimes and make their communities better and safer together too. It is for these reasons that she was nominated for Officer of the Month. Council members, it's my great honor to now present to you Detective Danielle Laren, TPD's Officer of the Month for June 2024.
And before we formally honor you and have you speak, we have some members of the community who are here to show their great appreciation for your work. Go ahead.
John Miller, Vice President of Tampa TBA. On behalf of the Tampa Police Union, I want to congratulate you on a job well done and your continued success and present this plaque to you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, LT.
Good morning, Mary Dillon on behalf of the Strass Center for the Performing Arts. Thank you so much for your service, and I hope you enjoy these tickets during the next season of Broadway. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning, Council. Jill Witecki for Tampa Theater. Thank you so much for what you do for our community. Please come see us at the historic Tampa Theater. This is a membership for you and your friends and family to come see us next year.
Thank you so very much.
Good morning, Council. I'm Leo Gary. I'm with Bill Curry Ford.
How you doing?
Congratulations,
Thank you.
Danielle. We appreciate everything that you do here in the city of Tampa. I also want to say I respect each and every one of you guys that put on that uniform and make those sacrifices. I truly appreciate it. On behalf of Bill Curry Ford, I want to present you a $100 gift card and a goodie bag.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Good morning. My name is Mary Lou Bailey, and I'm here on behalf of Zoo Tampa. The citizens who serve on the board there have purchased you an annual membership to the zoo for your family, so we hope you enjoy it in good health. I really love your story. It sounds like you work really smart, really collaboratively, and you're really diligent, all qualities I greatly admire and will take you far in life, I know. So thank you for your service. Thank you for everyone who serves. You guys are all rock stars in my book, and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, Council. Mike MacArthur, Steps Towing Service, and unfortunately, we've had a few of our units stolen here recently, and so next time we get a truck stolen, I know who I'm calling. So thank you for everything you do for our community. On behalf of Todd Steps Towing, here's a gift card. Enjoy some dinner.
Thank you.
Take some time off, and you deserve it. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Morning, Council. Good morning, Detective Valerian. I'm Grace Gonzalez. I'm here on behalf of the Gonsmart family and the 1905 family of restaurants. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for being committed and determined and creative on behalf of Tampa. We want to thank you with this gift card. Please enjoy yourself at any of our restaurants. Goody goody. Ukulele. Enjoy some paella sangria at the Columbia. Just enjoy yourself. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, Council. Brian Ford with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Detective Laren, congratulations and thank you. Thank you to you and your family for the sacrifice and all that you do every day. Remarkable story. But we have a little tradition at the one Buccaneer place. Anybody that goes over and above gets a game ball. So on behalf of the Glazer family, our entire organization, congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
your
for
sacrifice
support.
and service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I can't even think about $1 million in jewelry.
No, right? Me neither. I still can't.
It can't equate to that. I would like to take a second and thank all of the men and women who participated and remember them for the D-Day and the invasion of Normandy. I think that's a very important thing. They were first responders, as you all were first responders. So I'd like to acknowledge and thank them for their service. On behalf of Jackson's Bistro, we're going to provide you with a gift certificate, and you can go enjoy yourself over there, breakfast, or lunch or dinner. On behalf of Bella Brava, we're providing you a gift certificate. That's over in the Midtown section. On behalf of the Meat Market and Old Hyde Park, you can go enjoy yourself over there. On behalf of the Chicho Restaurant Group, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Yummy House China Bistro, and I know the Deputy Chief wants to go with you. So anyway, here are your gift certificates. Please take them with you. Some of the letters serve for the purpose of your entertainment, but enjoy yourself and thank you for your service.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, there it is. So, on behalf of a very grateful city of Tampa and Tampa City Council, it is our great honor to give this Tampa City Council commendation to you for all your work. We appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Who you are. God bless you. Thank you. And if you want to say anything, you may. If you want to say anything.
I'll just keep it short, got a couple words. I want to thank everyone for being here today. It's an honor to stand before you and accept this award. I want to thank the chiefs and the staff of the Tampa Police Department for allowing me to be here and work for you guys. It's truly an honor to work as a detective. I'd like to thank, as well as the PBA for being here and supporting us always. I'd like to thank all the civilians and businesses represented here today and your unwavering support of law enforcement. It means more to us than we could probably ever tell you. So I just want to make sure that that's coming, I think, from every officer. Thank you. And then I want to also say thank my Sergeant Corporal and the members of my squad who have helped me out over the past couple months in my new position as detective. Thank you for supporting me and helping me along the way. Also special thanks to Officer Seligman. He was my partner working that SAT-G case, and without him, I wouldn't be standing here right now. And then lastly, I want to thank my husband and my family for their unconditional love and support for everything, allowing me to take hours and away from family time and making sure that these criminals were caught so that other families weren't suffering as victims. And I just want to say I'm truly honored and humbled to receive this recognition. Thank you. Thank you.
just wanted to say thank you for your service. Almost every day I get thanks, which I try to pass on to the chief, for what you and your colleagues are doing. For every criticism we get for a crime that happens, there are so many thanks and accolades from the community, and you all deserve that and more for the hard work you're doing. And I hope you're keeping notes, because it sounds like you could write a book or a movie on some of the experiences you have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
Congratulations, girl power.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do, officer, for the city of Tampa. That's why Tampa is under the national rate of crime in the whole country. You know, Colombo, the old detective, solved many crimes for about 30 years.
Charlie, I just said girl power. Can't you think of
I'm
another?
getting to the girl power,
Okay,
but I got to break down the man first. So, I mean, I can't do both at one time, young lady. Colombo solved many crimes on TV for 30 years. You've solved more than him in 15 minutes. So what you did and what you've done is shows that the police officers, under the guidance of being here for many years, and some for not too many years, have gotten the opportunity to solve criminals so that they stay somewhere else, not in Tampa, Florida, like in jail. So we want to thank you so much, and the whole police department, all of you, from the chief on down, for doing what you all do on a daily basis. Sometimes we forget what you do, and sometimes we even bark at you. Ah, look what he did. He got me a speeding ticket. You deserved a speeding ticket. If from there on that you've done what you were trained to do, and God bless you and your family. Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.
Sir?
Blue power.
That's it. Yep.
So, I mean, honestly, thank you all for, not just you representing your brothers and sisters in the Tampa PD and the PBA, but, you know, for everybody that's standing behind you, and everybody that you work with, and everybody that is working today and not in city hall chambers for what they're doing, helping to keep the city of Tampa safe. We wouldn't be the great city that we are without our incredible police department. And thank you for your contributions. I very much appreciate it. Thank you.
No, you mentioned, you know, jewelry, and being that I grew up in the jewelry business, a team of folks from out of town tried to burglarize my grandfather's store back 40-something years ago, and TPD, with this whole undercover operation, actually stopped them in the act. I think one guy, when TPD showed up, even had a heart attack because he was so scared. They were trying to break in through the roof. When my dad was held at gunpoint in 1998, when he got robbed at the store, TPD caught 2 of the 3 suspects within 10 minutes. And the last suspect a couple of days later, when he got held at gunpoint again, probably 10 years after that, TPD, same thing. So I mean, on behalf of my family, we appreciate, you know, TPD's saved us and helped us, but, you know, you help the whole community. And we appreciate when you put on that uniform and you make that sacrifice every day and the hard work that you do. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Ruth, I love your badge.
All right. We'll just take a moment as the room clears out. Next up, Councilmember Clendenin is going to honor our ATU Employee of the Month, and then Councilmember Miranda is going to go down to the lectern to recognize code enforcement. Thank you.
Mr. President. Yes, sir. Ishmael, yeah. I'm terrible. Me too. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Almost down. Okay, good. Oop. That's for Charlie. Okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. One, I want to say, before I start, on a personal point of privilege, thank you, Martha Villa, for the tie. And I remember I worked today because of D-Day. So if you're listening, thank you so much, and appreciate it. So I'm here today. This is one of my favorite days of being elected council because people know my labor background and they know how strongly I feel about people the working men and women that keep our city, our state, our government and the United States running. And this is one of those days that we can honor the people that actually make everything happen. And between the Tampa police, the firefighters, and the men and women that are standing behind me today that represent ATU, it's a great day for the city of Tampa to be able to recognize that. And so I'm here today with the president of ATU, and we're going to honor one of their staff, and I'm going to hand it up to him to kick it off.
Thank you, Councilman. Absolutely. Good morning, Mr. Chairman.
Good morning.
Good morning, Council. And good morning, City of Tampa. I'm Steve Simon, President of the Amalgamated Transit Union, Local 1464, and we keep the City of Tampa running. And I'm more than happy to be here this morning to introduce you to the ATU Employee of the Month, Mr. Ishmael Gonzalez. I'd like to start off this morning with a letter from the mayor. You don't mind? No, go ahead. All right. Dear Ishmael, congratulations on being selected as the Amalgamated Transit Union's Employee of the Month for your professionalism, strong work ethics, enthusiasm, and for going above and beyond in all aspects of your position as a certified code enforcement officer. You have demonstrated a strong commitment and high standards since your hire date of June 2002. As a code enforcement officer, you assume multiple responsibilities that require attention to detail, multitasking skills, timeliness, and you are instrumental in the Acela focus group of your division, ensuring that any revisions made are thoroughly communicated to the team. Your concern for others and their safety is commendable and evidenced by your considerate efforts in assisting with an incident where a fire was started, accidentally set by children playing with fireworks. You have earned the respect of your superiors, peers, and community, and you are well known for always wearing a smile and your friendly disposition. You are an asset and integral part of the Neighborhood and Community Affairs Department and the City of Tampa's mission of providing superior services, and your proficiency and outstanding positive attitude make you highly deserving of this recognition. You are admired, well-respected, and set a shining example for others to follow. It is employees like you, Ishmael, that make me proud to serve as mayor. Thank you for your dedication and service. Sincerely, Mayor Jane Castor. While traveling on West Alfred Street, Inspector Gonzalez noticed toys in the street in front of 205 West Alfred Street, so he stopped to investigate. When he looked at the property, he observed a palm tree on fire at the rear of said address. He contacted the Tampa Fire Rescue, and while on the phone, a gentleman came running toward the house with a water hose attempting to extinguish the fire. Unfortunately, the flames had already reached the shed at the rear of 205 West Alfred Street. He then observed smoke coming from the inside of the shed. He stayed on site until Tampa Fire Rescue arrived to extinguish the fire. It was determined that the toys left in the street were there because children were playing in the driveway of 205 West Alfred Street with fireworks. While shooting off the fireworks, they accidentally set the palm tree on fire. The owner of the property, Mr. Richard Cobot, expressed how thankful he was for Inspector Gonzalez and his immediate action. And we are thankful for you as well and all that you do to participate keeping the City of Tampa running. And so on behalf of ATU Local 1464, I would like to present you with this award. Ooh. Congratulations. That's beautiful. Okay. And now?
Yep, absolutely.
Oh, I'm sorry. Osea Wynn, our administrator, we'd like to have you say a few words.
Yes, good morning, Council. Osea Wynn, Administrator of Neighborhood and Community Affairs. And it is an honor for me to stand before you to have such an outstanding staff member, team member. You know, Ishmael, is one thing coming to work every day. It's another thing showing up when you come and being present. And because you showed up and you were present, you were able to mitigate what could have been an horrific situation. So thank you so much for what you do. Thank you for all my team members for what you do. I really appreciate you. You make the city look good, you make me look better about what you do, and I really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, I don't know, after that great ATU award, this is looking pretty chintzy now. On behalf of the Tampa City Council, I'd like to present with you this commendation for a job well done. Again, it's one of my favorite days to be able to recognize employees like you, and at the City of Tampa owes you all, and you specifically, a great deal of gratitude for everything that you do every day. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Now, I think there's some people from the community that would like to say hello to you. If you'd like to come up.
Hello, Inspector Gonzalez. I'm Grace Gonzalez. I'm here on behalf of the Gonsmart family, but first I want to present this on behalf of the zoo. The zoo had to run off and do some exciting animal things, but this is for you and your family to enjoy some time at Zoo Tampa.
Thank you.
And I also want to present you on behalf of the Gonsmart family and the 1905 family of restaurants because of everything you do, and how grateful we are. We want you to enjoy yourself at Goody Goody, Eulalie, Casa Santo Stefano, any of our restaurants around the Tampa Bay area or in Florida. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
So I have a fellow councilwoman that sits next to me that wants to see the animal. She loves these things.
Oh.
It's an otter, I think. Yeah, I think it's an otter, right? Yeah. Lynn Hertak loves these stuffed animals.
Hi, good morning. I'm Mary Dillon, representing Strad Center for the Performing Arts. Thank you so much for your service. We have tickets for you when the season starts up again in the fall at the Strad Center for the Performing Arts, and some beverage tickets as well. Please enjoy. Thank you.
Hey there, I'm Shana Nichols. I'm here representing Tampa Theater. I want to present you this gift membership for you and your family. So come see one of our summer classics on the big screen. We'd love to see you at the movies. Thank you.
Morning. How are you doing? Mike MacArthur, Steps Towing Service. Thank you for everything you do for our city. Yeah, it's people like you that keeps this city great, and we appreciate everything. On behalf of Todd Stepp and Steps Towing, we present you a gift card for some dinner. Enjoy some time off. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you, sir.
Morning, sir. Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Simon, Councilman. Brian Ford with the Buccaneers, and what an amazing story. And just like to thank you and your family for the sacrifice and for all you do behind the scenes. I'm a behind the scenes guy at $1, so I can relate, and what you do is appreciated. And on behalf of the Glazer family and our entire organization, I want to present you this game ball and thank you for your years of service and sacrifice and all that you do for the city of Tampa. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Don't fumble the ball.
I fumbled once, and I'll
never let you to the end of it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. Steve McElhaney, nice to see you.
I know who you are.
I hope it's not in a bad way, you know. On behalf of Daily Eats, we're providing you with a gift certificate. Enjoy yourself. On behalf of Jackson's Bistro, again, go over there and enjoy yourself. On behalf of Bella Brava, we're the Midtown. You can go enjoy yourself there. Yummy House China Bistro, enjoy yourself there. And the Meat Market in Old Hyde Park Village. Now, I have it on the highest authority that Susie Winrick and BJ Slayton they want to participate in one of these lunches.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
So they've already lined up. They grabbed me when I walked by and they said, hey, you know,
call them up.
include me in here. So anyway, congratulations. We appreciate your service. Thank you for what you do for the city.
Thanks, Steve.
See you.
Well, thank you, sir, again. I appreciate it, and I believe our council members, somebody may want to say something.
Councilmember Carls.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. What an incredible story. A few years ago, before I got on council, a historic home behind me caught on fire, and I called 911, but then I grabbed a fire extinguisher from my house, and it almost did nothing. I grabbed another fire extinguisher, it did almost nothing. I grabbed a water hose, and that gave me an incredible respect for firefighters and people who stand to protect children, especially around buildings. And thank you so much for what you did to save those kids and the homes. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, kudos to you. Obviously, it does require you being alert and just paying attention to the unexpected, and I so much appreciate it. Because you know, sometimes these kids are mannish, and we have to look out for them because that's just what it takes, and I really appreciate what you've done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. Congratulations to you and your entire team. You know, people don't see what everything that happens, and when it's, you know, basically heroes like you that go out and, you know, you go the extra mile and then some. We appreciate you very, very much, sir. Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And then Councilmember Miranda.
Yeah. At least I thought one was from James. Where'd we have? He's trying to steal.
Mr. Clendenin, Councilman Clendenin and I are here also on, this is National Code Enforcement Week, so all of these good folks that are here are doing a fantastic job. It's an honor to honor the Code Enforcement Week. The Tampa City Council recognizes the tireless effort of each dedicated code enforcement officer to ensure the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of the city of Tampa, maintain the highest possible standards. However, you know, when you're a code enforcement officer, it's not easy. First of all, you're going to ask somebody that you've done something incorrect and you're going to have it fixed. And second of all, now by law, we have to tell whoever wants to know who turned them in. That, along with 10 zillion guns on the street who we don't know who they belong to and how they got there, doesn't make for a nice evening, does it? So that's what we're faced with, and that's why I want to say thank you, the City Council, the City of Tampa, all the council members. Everyone in the city understands what you all go through, but sometimes we forget to say thank you. So all of us today in this room and in this city are saying thank you to each and every one of you, that this plaque belongs, in essence, to everybody in your department. So congratulations for what you do on a daily basis, and God bless each and every one of you what you do, because it's not easy to tell somebody, you know, I'm here to help you. And there's where we're at, and you really are there to try to help them. Council?
Thank you, sir. Anybody? No, we appreciate.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate everything that
presented to you as
do. Thank you.
The leader ATU for all your employees that work with you, under you, and your staff, and so forth and so on. The city of Tampa is what it is because of everyone who lives in the city, not just your neighbor, everybody. But thank you all from the bottom of our hearts for what you all do on a daily basis. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very much. We're just going to take a few moments for the room to clear out and bring more people in.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for your support. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Okay. We're just waiting for a few more people to come up. Yes, ma'am. Okay? All right. Ms. Fox knows we have a 10 o'clock time certain, so I wanted to go to items number 4 and 5 before. We have applicants for different boards and committees. If you'd like to begin with item number 4.
Okay. Good morning, council and everyone. I am here to introduce the candidates or applicants for the Barrio Latino Commission, Mr. Richard Leroy Cahill, Jr.
Good morning, sir. Please state your name.
Richard Leroy Cahill, Jr.
Go ahead, sir.
How are you today?
Great.
As an architecture enthusiast with over 30 years of experience building in the city of Tampa, I have a profound appreciation for the city's architectural heritage and its potential for future development. With a diverse portfolio spanning various project types, including renovation of historical buildings, I'm eager to bring my expertise to the City of Tampa Barrio Latino Commission. One of my primary motivations for seeking a position on the commission is to ensure that new developments in Tampa harmonize with the existing architectural landscape while also meeting the needs of our growing community. Given the city's rapid expansion, it's imperative that new constructions not only blend seamlessly with their surroundings, but also enhance the overall aesthetic and functionality of our urban environment. With my extensive experience in building within Tampa's diverse neighborhoods, I'm well equipped to evaluate proposed projects, advocate for designs that prioritize both form and function. Moreover, I'm deeply committed to the preservation and adaptive reuse of Tampa's historical buildings. These structures serve as tangible links to our city's past and contribute to its unique character. As a builder with a proven track record in historical renovation projects, I understand the importance of preserving these architectural treasures while repurposing them to meet contemporary needs. By serving on the Barrio Latino Commission, I hope to champion initiatives that safeguard our cultural heritage and promote sustainable development practices. Beyond my professional qualifications, I'm driven by my sincere desire to give back to the community. Having called Tampa home for many years, I'm invested in its future and am eager to play a role in shaping it for the better. Serving on the Barrio Latino Commission would afford me the opportunity to leverage my skills and expertise for the collective benefit of our city, ensuring that future generations can enjoy a vibrant, well-designed built environment. In conclusion, my extensive experience in building within the city of Tampa, coupled with my passion for architectural preservation and community engagement, make me an ideal candidate for the Barrio Latino Commission. I'm committed to fostering thoughtful, sustainable development practices that honor our city's past while paving the way for its future growth and prosperity. Joining the board would not only be a privilege, but also a meaningful way for me to contribute to the ongoing evolution of our beloved city of Tampa.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Right on the timer almost. Very good. I just wanted to say thank you for being willing to serve. The volunteer positions of these boards are so important, and it can be hard to get people to serve. And so I just want to thank you. Your enthusiasm and your skill set, I think, will go very far toward preserving and help moving the Barrio Latino forward with preserving its past and thinking about the rich architectural history. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sir?
Yeah, I kind of want to echo what Councilwoman Hurtek said. To have someone with the expertise and the background experience and the enthusiasm come forward for this committee is really a tremendous benefit to not just the barrio, but the entire city of Tampa, because of course it's one of our jewels. I appreciate that, and for those folks that are listening, if you have these types of qualifications and you're willing to serve for the city of Tampa, we have many opportunities. I urge you to step up to the plate and join the city in making it a better place. And again, thank you for being so well qualified to serve on this committee.
Anybody else? All right. Ms. Fox knows we don't need a ballot since there's only one person. Can we just get a motion to move to appoint? Motion from Councilmember Miranda, second from Councilmember Hurtak. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Yes, sir.
And Martin Shelby, City Council Attorney, if you could also have a motion, please, to have me to return with a written resolution to ratify that decision.
So moved.
We have a motion from Councilmember Clendenin to bring back that resolution for ratification, and second from Councilmember Hurtak. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Thank you, Council.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Fox Knowles, item number 5 for the Affordable Housing Committee.
Yes, sir. I would like to present Tammy A. Haylock Moore. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Please state your name.
Good morning, council members. This is the first time I've been to a council meeting.
Please state your name.
And again, my name is Tammy Haylock Moore, and I'm just so honored to be here today, especially in the presence of those that have been honored. And you know, it's been a privilege. It's been a privilege here today, and you know, I just want to lend my commitment to the city and volunteering on a board that I feel that I'm, you know, based on what I've done in my lifetime, well qualified for the position. I'm a managing director and senior commercial banker within the community development banking line of business at JP Chase. I've been with the bank for the past 16 years and currently serve as a member of the Lending Committee of Florida Community Loan Fund, a board member of the Coalition of Attainable Housing Providers, as well as a board member of First Housing Development Corporation, and a former board member of the Hillsborough County HFA, as well as a former board member and past board chair of the Corporation to Develop Communities here in Tampa Bay. I'm also a former U.S. Army reservist, and I've been a resident of the Tampa Riverside Heights community for the past 24 years and have lived in the county for the past 30 years. Tampa continues to be a destination for people seeking a life full of opportunity. We have one of the highest population growth rates in the state, and thousands of new residents are moving here at a rapid pace. Unfortunately, economic prosperity is hard to reach for many, and in recent years, we have seen an alarming increase in people experiencing homelessness due to a lack of affordable housing options. Many of these individuals are living in hotels, motels, doubling up with other families, staying in homeless shelters, living out of their cars, and storage units, or simply living on the streets. The health of our city and its future prosperity are on the line when our families in need lack access to affordable homes, education, economic aid, and the only way we can make progress on these issues is by making sure that the work we do together on a path, or leads us on a path, and moving that needle forward on those important issues. Thank you so much, and I really would appreciate the opportunity to, again, be a volunteer and commit and lending my commitment to the Affordable Housing Committee here in Tampa. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Hurtak.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, well, okay. I just wanted to say that I appreciate Ms. Haylock Moore's comments and that she is absolutely right. Economic prosperity is inextricably tied to housing, and I look forward to serving with you. And we have another Affordable Housing Advisory Committee member in the audience today, Ms. Robin Lockett. Just raise your hand, say hi. So very exciting that we're going to be able to fill in this committee.
Ms. Fox Knowles, how many positions do we have open?
We just have another applicant.
But we have 2 applicants for 2 positions, correct?
Right.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Go ahead.
Okay. Council, we have another applicant, but she can't be here today. She had a family emergency. So Miss Joanna Colbert, she's a self-employed licensed realtor.
Can we get a motion to approve?
I move to approve and to bring a resolution forward at a future meeting for the confirmation.
we have a second? Second from Councilmember Vieira?
For both.
For both items,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
It's all in one, yeah, it's all in one item, so, both appointments, yeah, it's all one file number.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations to both applicants. Thank you very much for serving.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Shelby, it's 9:52. We have a 10 a.m. Time certain. Would we be in any type of violation if we started at 9:52 if everybody's present for item number 3?
Not a legal violation. The question is whether people will be anticipating tuning in to watch that with the, it being on the agenda at 10 o'clock.
The consent items.
Yeah.
Sorry if I, if I missed this when you went through the agenda, but it seems to me there are people here for item number 3, but it's the same as item 99. Did we move 99 up, or should we move 99 up so that they don't have to come back? No?
No. It's staying under staff reports. So, because we have the board here presenting, that's why, the CRB.
But some of the same people that might, anyway, I'll let.
Yeah. All right.
Just knock off a couple consent items.
All right, let's just do a little bit of the consent agenda and before we go to the time.
What was that?
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Oh,
public
okay,
comment,
all
never
right. Would we be against taking a recess for 5 minutes?
5 minutes,
until 10?
yeah,
We're gonna
better.
take a recess until 10 o'clock, just so we follow the 10 a.m. time certain. We're in recess till 10.
Thank you.
Oh, darn rules.
Muted.
right, welcome back. Roll call, please.
Carlson.
Unmuted.
Here. Clendenin.
Here.
Henderson.
Present.
Vieira. Miranda.
Here.
And Maniscalco.
Here.
We have a physical quorum.
All right, item number 3.
Good morning, Kamaria Pettis-Mackel from the Legal Department. Item number 3 is an opportunity for the Citizens Review Board to provide their annual report. On April 23rd, 2024, the board voted to approve the 2023 Citizen Review Board annual report. Pursuant to City of Tampa Code Section 18-8, subsection I-2, a representative from the Citizen Review Board will provide a brief summary of the annual report. At the conclusion of the presentation, all city council members, according to the code, are required to certify that they've reviewed and received the annual report. Unfortunately, our chair, Mr. Akil, had an emergency, and thankfully, Ms. Guy is able to stand in to provide the board the report, and I will turn it over to her.
Good morning.
Good morning. Nice to be here this morning. This is the 2023 annual review report. First of all, I'd like to thank all the members of the CRB for being participating. I'm sorry. I should know that, shouldn't I? I'm Irene Guy. I live in the city of Tampa. I am on the Citizens Review Board.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I apologize for that. In the interest of time, I'll be reviewing the report, not in total. Today, we have with us 2 members of the board, including myself. Devin Ngandola and Albert Cook are behind me today. The CRB consists of 11 voting members. The CRB held 10 meetings in 2023. The board reviewed 9 closed internal affairs investigations. The 9 investigations examined a total of 21 alleged policy violations. The most frequent addressed violations was standard of conduct. In addition to the review of these 9 closed internal affairs cases, the CRB also heard and considered additional matters of department business and of public interest. The CRB invited State Attorney Susan S. Lopez, who came at our invitation on May 23rd meeting. Chief Burkow attended the June 23rd meeting and discussed his history with TPD as well as his future plans for the department. The CRB held multiple discussions regarding the community survey, which was done by the mayor, and the presentations were made to the board regarding TPD's hiring interview panel, TPD's behavioral health unit, and TPD's standard operating procedures regarding response to resistance. The total number of citizens' complaints in the year 2023 was 266. Of the 9 cases, the CRB concurred with the disposition and the discipline in 8 of the 9 cases. There is always lots of discussion with the police representatives and the attorneys in the audience. So that may seem like there was the disposition was that we concurred, but there was lots of discussion. In 2023, the CRB did not make any specific recommendations to the department, mayor, or chief of police, nor did they recommend changes concerning Tampa Bay Ordinance Section 18-8. The CRB has continued to participate in the hiring process for prospective Tampa police officers. The designated CRB member involved in the interview is able to make recommendations regarding their opinion of the suitability of each candidate. This role is rotated among members of the CRB. The remaining meetings were all held in the Tampa City Council chamber. During the March 25th, 2024 meeting, the CRB approved the following statements at the board's discretion. In 2023, CRB members participated in the interviews of 134 applicants, to include 86 certified law enforcement office applicants and 48 scholarship TPD Police Academy applicants. The CRB recommends that the City Council remove its requirement referring to holding CRB meetings in each of the 4 City Council single-member districts, and it recommends that the City Council further modify its ordinance to include the CRB in community meetings with the Tampa Police Department. That it concludes that report.
Thank you very much. Any questions from council members?
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Scott. All right. At this time, we will open up public comment. If anybody is here to speak for public comment, you have 3 minutes. Please come up and state your name. Yes, sir. Oh, Mr. Shelby, go ahead, sir.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Martin Shelby, City Council Attorney. As the chair said, that members of the public are allowed a reasonable opportunity this morning to address any item on the agenda before City Council takes official action on an item. A 3-minute time limit applies to all speakers providing public comment. Speakers and members of the public are also please reminded that you are to refrain from disruptive behavior, including making vulgar or threatening remarks, or making or causing disruptive noises or sounds, or displaying signs or graphics. Speakers are also reminded to refrain from making personal attacks against any city official, staff member, or member of the public. The chair will rule out of order any person who speaks without being recognized or attempts to address council from outside the speaker area at the podium. Persons failing to comply with council rules may also be ruled out of order and, at the discretion of the chair, may be removed from the chamber for the remainder of today's meeting. Now, if you're here to speak on an item that is set on the agenda for a public hearing, you will have that opportunity when the item is heard later in the agenda. No public comment will be taken later during staff reports. The time to speak on staff reports and those items on the consent agenda is now during general public comment. And finally, please, City Council, you should refrain from engaging a speaker under public comment. And the public, please, should be aware that the City Council does not take questions or have a dialogue during general public comment. This is your opportunity to express your position. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you'd like to speak, please come up and state your name.
Good morning. My name is Susan Elbear. I'm a longtime resident of Seminole Heights, and before that I was a homeowner in Sulphur Springs. I know you said no signs, but this is made by an 8-year-old, and you probably know what I'm going to talk about.
I'm sorry.
Right
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Find me later. Anyway, I appreciate this chance to talk with you about Sulphur Springs. I realize it's going to be on the agenda later. I'm speaking right now. However, I want you to know there are 833 people in back of me on a petition right now supporting us with Sulphur Springs Pool. The pool has been a landmark in Sulphur Springs for over 90 years. It has the reconstruction in 2000. The City Parks and Recreation has offered affordable swimming, fitness, water aerobics, and safety classes for all ages. Just last year, the pool was the 3rd highest that was attended out of all the city pools. However, since last November, it has been, to quote, closed indefinitely for major repairs. But what is its future? This is our concern. Many believe Sulphur Springs deserves to keep the valuable community resource and gathering place that should remain in the neighborhood. If it needs to be rebuilt, we're asking the city to move quickly on it to bring our faculty back to life. When I was a young homeowner in Sulphur Springs, it was a vibrant community. It was filled with modest cottages, local shops, what remained of the legendary Sulphur Springs Tourist Resort, developed in 1920 by Josiah Richardson. It features many things, such as the historic arcade, which was the first shopping mall in Florida and was actually in Ripley's, believe it or not. Malls didn't exist back then. We had the drive-in theater. We had the hotel and apartments. It was a place where residents could shop at Maeve's 5 and 10, visit a bank, the barber shop, even the sheriff's office and jail was located there. In the late 1970s, many of the old cottages were replaced by duplexes and rentals, changing the community's foundation. Sadly, by 1985, this iconic structure had all been leveled, and the arcade was replaced by an overflow parking lot for the Tampa Greyhound track. Only the gazebo and the tower and the original spring-fed pool have survived, but looks vastly different than it used to then. Anyway, the pool was shuttered in 1986, and it took 16 years to build the pool we had now. I just want to say that we, both individuals, families, and citizens, are very interested in the historic preservation of this pool, and we We have turned in a list of questions to Councilman Maniscalco earlier, and we eagerly await the answers to those. In the meantime, we wish the council we thank you for your continuing interest in helping this important community.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we'll have Representative Alvarez. I see you there after this gentleman. No, go ahead, sir.
Thank you
Good
very
morning,
much.
sir. Please state your name.
Ryan Hayes, good morning, councilmen and women. My name is Ryan Hayes. I've been a resident in Tampa, Florida for my entire life. I'm 35 years old. I'm the president of a nonprofit organization that is here in Tampa, Florida called Cairo and Friends. We bring awareness of humanitarian practices, well-being, mental health service, and therapy dogs. We also have two other canines, Luna and Cleo. They're a Labradoodle and a Golden Doodle. They have graduated from the Moffitt Cancer Society. I'm a member of the impairment community. I refrain from using the terminology that is from the DSM-5, disabled, due to the fact that individuals, it seems as if it's counterproductive. I'm coming here because we are trying to see if there's any type of facilities, any type of building space that can be occupied by Cairo and Friends. We currently have a 650 square foot store that's located in the Old Small Flea Market. We've been there for over a year. It's been a very vigorous process with trying to just stay afloat. Our facility has no AC and so forth. If you go on Google and look up Cairo and Friends, you'll have a transparent view. We have over 378 five-star Google reviews. If you even just look at nonprofits, it takes all of the nonprofits in the local Hillsborough community to be equivalent to our status. And I am just really trying to bring awareness. We're not asking for any grants or anything. We're trying to see if there's any type of network opportunities, any type of affiliations that can be implemented with Cairo and Friends. All of our annual reports and filings have been current since 2019, and I'm an individual that is a licensed clinical mental health therapist as well. I hold 2 degrees, one a Bachelor of Science and a Master's degree in education. And I did have a letter that I was going to verbatimly read from, but I'd rather speak from the heart and be clear and direct, and hopefully you sense a passionate individual that is speaking before you. And if I may, or give the gentleman or another associate letters that I have printed. Yes, sir. Come, Kyra. Oh, I'm sorry. And that's basically it. I hope that this was an opportunity to kind of get our message out to the community and to the council members as well.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Chief Bennett, would you be able to exchange information with the gentleman? Sure. And see how we can? The name of your organization, if you could say it again at the microphone?
Cairo and Friends, C-A-I-R-O-A-N-D, Friends.
Okay, the chief of staff is gonna.
And what's the name of your doggy?
Cairo, and thank you for being a respectful individual, just coming up and asking. I get so many individuals that don't even know the correct ways to approach an individual, but thank you very much for just being very courteous and humane, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank you, sir.
Representative, please come up and state your name.
Good morning, Representative Danny Alvarez. I would have just said Danny Alvarez until you said representative. A friend of the city of Tampa and of the Tampa Police Department. Here to talk about the CRB and I know there's discussion about its positions going forward, and I wanted to come and explain from the legislative side what we understood the intent of this to be when we debated it on the floor and when we went forward. But instead of using my words, I'm going to use the bill analysis. Normally, I never read from anything because I find that distracts me, but I want to be very precise. The Civilian Review Board that we have today is, under this law, considered a civilian oversight agency. It's a government entity created by a county municipality to provide external oversight of a law enforcement agency that is comprised of citizens who are not sworn law enforcement. Now, what the current law is going to do, and is supposed to do, is the bill prohibits political subdivision from adopting or attempting to enforce any ordinance related to, and that's where we're splitting hair, but please stick with me for a second, the receipt, processing, or investigating of complaints of misconduct by law enforcement or correctional officers, or civilian oversight of a law enforcement agency investigations of complaints or misconduct by law enforcement or correctional officers. Under the bill, any COA, which Tampa's CRB is, that is currently performing such oversight functions related to the investigation of complaints of misconduct is prohibited from continuing to do so after July 1st, 2024. It is expressed that this law said there is the prohibition of any related activities what a CRB would or should do, no matter how it was created. Going forward, it covers anything created by ordinance. So CRBs are COAs, and by this law, it is tightened into the corner. It says they should not proceed after July 4th. It's black and white. I know your city attorneys have a similar opinion. I just wanted to come give you that one going forward. And I would tell you that having worked on this bill and having co-sponsored it myself, that if you were to find some sort of way that you're going to keep it going, then we'll just have to come back to the dais and then and tighten it up, which whatever loophole you think they might have found. So I hate to have to be that way and talk about it, but the intent of this was to uniformly make these COAs across the state of Florida, and the intent is after July 1st, they all shut down, and then they can reopen at the will of the city of Tampa, should you want that underneath the ordinance's rules, or underneath the statute's rules. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
All right, next speaker. Yes, ma'am, good morning. Please state your name.
Good morning. Debbie Zimmerman, 192 Corset. Oh, I don't have to give my address here, do I? Okay, Debbie Zimmerman, sorry. Number one, I have two items to speak to. I want to congratulate you guys for having Tammy Haylock Moore on your advisory board. I've done hundreds of millions of dollars with her of deals. Affordable, it's all affordable. She's fabulous, well-respected in the industry, and you have a very excellent board member when you selected her, so congratulations to all of you, and I think it's a good thing for the city. She's very creative. Regarding item number 77, in an abundance of caution, we don't think it will be an issue, but the Davis Island Civic Association Board discussed VRB 23-70 and we are fine with the hearing date for August 22nd, but if there's a request to shorten the period to a date earlier than August 22nd, we request that that request be denied. We aren't aware of one, but just in an abundance of caution. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am, thank you very much. Yes, ma'am, please state your name.
I'm Irene Guy, citizen of Tampa. I'm speaking on item number 99. File number CM24-4856. I'm speaking to you today to express my knowledge and experience with the Citizens Review Board of the Tampa Police Department. I have honorably served on the board since December of 2015, appointed by you, the City Council. In the early years, we were able to accomplish some pretty significant things. As example, the citizens survey conducted through NYU, the review and collaborations with TPD on an examination of racial disparities in bicycle stops, and citations made by TPD conducted by Virginia Center for the Policing Innovations, resulting in changes to TPD, supporting the wide distribution of body-worn cameras, encouraging the implementation of community conversations, and much, much more. In the last several years, CRB began being used by some groups with their own agendas, whether it was giving subpoena power to a board of volunteers, many of which are untrained and not understanding the power of a subpoena, hiring a non-city attorney, or suggesting that this board investigate rather than review Professional Standard Bureau's cases. This was brought by a poll performed in June of 2021, with leading questions returning the desired results. With the passage of HB 601, there has been further interest from other groups, having provided their lawyer's interpretation of the legislation to the CRB, which differs from the city attorney, the lawyer going so far as indicating that the city attorney's interpretation was wrong and guided by the TPD's desire to eliminate the CRB. I don't know why I'm nervous. I've spoken to you a million times. Let me just say that the city's attorneys, being the support for the CRB, have never shown any indication that they were not supportive of the CRB. We as a group have had many opportunities to challenge items and have always been given straightforward and, to my knowledge, honest assessments. It is insulting to the city staff that someone lectures to us that we should not trust the staff. Having said all of this, everything has a season. As you can tell, I know that we have accomplished much of what we were intended in the original ordinances. The legislature has spoken on these boards. We come to an end, but there are provisions to initiate other oversight boards. Hope is that these boards will take to heart the need for community liaison that is neither part of the city or TPD, voices of the citizens, enhance trust and transparency. I feel confident that you will trust in the city's legal counsel and accept their interpretation of HB 601. Thank you for your support as always.
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir. Please state your name.
Good morning, when 'tis not. That's so interesting. Tampa, Florida. Every time I go on Nebraska Avenue, every time I get a prostitute, every time I tell her, I say, hey, trust me, I'll pay you after the affair. We should trust the city staff? What that sounds like? African people getting murdered and beaten and killed and bicycles stopped, tens of thousands of them, and we should trust the city staff? As a matter of fact, we don't need a police review board. We need to teach our young people how to retaliate when this nonsense happened to us. That's what we need. We don't need reconciliation. We need retribution and revenge. We need making it even. That's what we need. Y'all don't hear African people talk like that. You don't hear African people saying we need our own nuclear weapons. We need a way to protect black life. We running around talking about Black Life Matter. Black life doesn't matter. You seen how they beat that kid the other day in Lakeland, in Polk County? A kid just wanted to go to the pool and have some fun. You seen how they murdered the young African man in the Panhandle, in his own home? Trust the police. Trust the city attorney. Trust white folks. Hey, let's talk about the new age and age of discovery, enlightenment, the Renaissance, all those things. Colonialism, capitalism, all those things. Let's talk about us African people being 26% of this population, and we've never received 26% of this city budget. Billy Preston said it best, nothing from nothing leaves nothing, and since 1855, African people have been getting nothing in this city. It's a scary city. It's a scary place to live. It's a scary world. 84 wealthiest people on earth has more wealth than 4 billion people on earth. It's a scary world we live in. It's a garbage city council, all 70 of y'all garbage, straight garbage, tell you to your face, I don't say anything behind anybody's back. Can't get a resolution in Palestine. Got some stinking, nasty Zionist murdering Palestinian babies, claiming they looking for Hamas. Ain't no such group as Hamas. Ain't no such group. That's like they tell you it's a black drug dealer. Ain't no such thing as a black drug dealer. Period. This city council can't get it together. We 26% of the population. We want 26% of the city's budget. We don't have to beg for it. We're gonna stand up and we're gonna fight for it. We're gonna encourage our people and incite our people to fight for it. We're at 26% of this population. We want 26% of the budget. Plain and simple. We don't need any of this paternalistic talk and this nonsense white folks be telling us.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Please state your name.
Good morning, Hamera Afsal. Going to start off with a thank you this morning. Thank you for taking item 14 off of the consent agenda, which spending another $280,000 for another year of the ShotSpotter gunshot detection program. I ask that you do your due diligence and reviewing, is that a good use of the money? No, that all shows there, but yeah, a 5-minute Google search will pull up all kinds of information showing this is not a wise use of information. Ask questions like, does it actually work? Does it send alerts when gunshots are fired? Were gunshots actually fired when the alert was sent? How are false alerts documented? ShotSpotter relies on police departments to report those false alert data, which should tell you that ShotSpotter itself doesn't have accurate data on their own technology. All kinds of peer-reviewed, quality, non-biased studies out there asking questions. Does it lead to over-policing in lower-income Black and brown neighborhoods? Are there other ways, better ways to spend that money that are more effective? Does it achieve what the purpose is? Everyone wants to see a reduction in gun violence, but the money has to be spent on pursuing programs that are not only effective, but are also cost-effective. So please, take a good hard look before you spend another $280,000 on a technology that is not effective and may be, in fact, counterproductive. Other ways to spend it, things like police training for interacting with someone who is facing a mental health crisis, police training on how to disperse a peaceful protest without using tear gas or causing physical injury. Spend it on building a recruitment program that builds a police department which mirrors our community. There's an op-ed in today's paper from Chief Burkaw on that. I also have some general concerns about the militarization of local law enforcement. These are some screenshots from the YouTube video.
If we could turn on the overhead, yes, go ahead.
These are some screenshots of the latest Tampa PD recruitment video. There's a cute puppy dog, there's some shots of smiling police officers, but overall there's this theme about the use of force. There's really a wrong theme that it seems if you look at that video, it looks like you're recruiting for a military occupation. These are not the kinds of things that promote the kind of police force that Chief Burkaw is talking about in that op-ed. Again, this is the kinds of things that are featured in that recruitment video. Everybody, lots of guns. Even guys talking are standing there with their guns.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Last one. Oh yeah, that was at USF.
Thank you, and please silence your cell phones.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, sir, good morning. Please state your name.
Chris Hicks. I'm a member of DRANA, the board that we met with you a couple months ago about the noise ordinance, and I wanted to bring something before the council for immediate injunction if we could. We have worked diligently with the Tampa Downtown Partnership and Construction Services to limit their activities. Downtown, the core downtown district, the Arena District, and Channel District all have a noise ordinance in effect for quiet hours, and that's between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. And we have been unfortunately unable to get one of these city contractors, Tampa Waste, to comply with the noise ordinance. They are coming at 4 a.m. and dropping 600-pound dumpsters in the middle of the road, waking up thousands of people in the process. So I did interface with them and spoke to the management over there, and they provided me a copy of the ordinance that they're working under, which unfortunately was stricken 2 months after it was adopted in August of 2016. That ordinance says reasonable noise made at the direction of a government entity or utility. That was only in effect for 2 months, yet in 2016, yet Tampa Waste is still under the assumption that that is the ordinance they can work under. The current ordinance has multiple lines, and obviously I know the council is in the process of updating all of these, but it says whether the sound is recurrent, intermittent, or continuous in a manner that jars, injures, or endangers the health, safety, welfare, or well-being of a reasonable individual or ordinary sensibilities. I've seen neighbors wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and go confront garbage men. This has just become a problem that we want immediate injunction on. So in my communication with City Waste, they said that they would only adjust the schedule at the direction of City Council. So that's why I'm here today to ask for that. And then we will follow up in our subsequent meetings with the other noise ordinance issues that we're working on. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir, thank you very much. Good morning, sir. Please state your name.
Good morning, James Shaw. I live in West Tampa. I'm an attorney. So back when only members of Tampa Police Department knew about the crime-free multi-housing program, the Renting While Black program, they didn't see any problems. It made sense to them to evict a grandmother because of a petty crime that her grandson has committed within the same household, or to evict a woman because her domestic partner or her husband has committed a domestic battery on her. That made the crime statistics go down, or at least it discouraged her from making the phone call. So when your only metric is crime going down, things make sense that don't make sense when the rest of us get a look at it. As soon as the rest of us got a look at the crime-free multi-housing program, they understood that it couldn't stand the light of day, and they ended it. But that's why it's important to have a dialogue between the community and law enforcement. It's not a good idea to have law enforcement make decisions within the law enforcement bubble that without consulting with the outside. So I want to turn to House Bill 601. I'm going to put it right in front of you. You just heard from a legislator saying what he meant for it to say. But we have one member of the bar on city council who can tell the rest of you that it's not what it's meant to say, it's what it does say. You interpret a statute by its words. You don't bring members of the legislature to court and have them testify, Judge, here's what we meant for that to say. It doesn't say that the CRB is prohibited from reviewing closed investigations. It says, first off, it says an ordinance. Remember, ours was set up pursuant to an executive order, which I suppose she could rescind, but she hasn't. So ordinance means the whole thing, you can ignore. The receipt and processing of complaints is meant to be uniform, but it already was in compliance with the Law Enforcement Officer's Bill of Rights, so that there's no changes there. Investigation, the CRB does not investigate. It reviews a closed investigation. Once the investigation is closed, you're not investigating anymore. What you're going to hear about is this word, oversight. I know that you're going to see a PowerPoint presentation in a minute, and they're going to show you the slide from the National Association of Civilian Oversight of Law Enforcement, NACL. But the first word is national. There are boards across the country that actually do exercise oversight over law enforcement. You know what oversight means. If somebody oversees you, they have some kind of control over you. They have some kind of regulatory authority over you. The CRB does not have any kind of control or regulatory authority over the Tampa Police Department. All they can do is review a closed investigation and say thumbs up or thumbs down, and there's no effect to their thumbs up or their thumbs down. So we don't have a civilian oversight board. We have a civilian review board. And if you look at the text of the ordinance, it reviews closed investigations. Once an investigation is closed, you're not investigating anymore. So
Thank you very much, sir.
please read the statute for what it actually says and not for what someone meant for it to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Valerie Bullock from Ponce Leon in College Hill. I wanted to talk about item number 14, the gunfire detection system. That's something that $280,000, that's something that the money could be spent on something better with, like housing in East Tampa, affordable housing based on your income, where the tenants really do get a key and have somewhere to stay. Or for job training so that they can get a job so one day maybe they could afford to rent somewhere. That is not needed here. We already have things put in place, but they are not enforced. A lot of the kids in the neighborhood that have the guns, they are 12, 13, and 14 years old. They cannot get a gun license, so how are they getting the guns? From the gun owners. They leave them in their car, and their car is unlocked, or the car get broken too. So if we arrest the people who do that and don't practice gun safety, it'll be less guns on the street. So we don't need nothing to show us where the bullet come from. We need to enforce the laws that are already there. And I want to talk about East Tampa CRA. It's the oldest in the county, yet it's the most dysfunctional one that we got. Why is East Tampa the only CRA that's paying a police officer $200,000 per year to be an environmental agent? Why is the job not contracted to an East Tampa resident who can hire 3 more residents? We have a lot of hauling companies within East Tampa. Why can't an East Tampa resident get the position? Once again, this is a blatant example of how the city of Tampa caters to the police department. If given the opportunity, someone we know and trust would take pride in their job and educate the residents on the importance of refuse, reuse, and recycle. That person would have a schedule and go to each area in each Tampa on a rotating basis, building pride in the community and morale also. This is something that needs to be looked into. It's real sad that it appears East Tampa have to be over-policed in all areas, the only CRA that have that position, and it's a closed private position. You can't go on, get no public information about it, and the job can only go to a retired police officer. Why do TPD officers keep getting these positions made just for them? That's mismanagement of funds. We need affordable housing and job training. We have money being funneled away from the community into other areas. That's not what the community want or anything that would benefit the community. It's like a kickback. We need federal oversight of the East Tampa CRA, a DOJ investigation or a consent order. Certain socioeconomic classes and people of color is being targeted.
Thank you very much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. Please state your name.
My name is Coquita Devlin, and I am here to speak on the housing crisis that we have. Me personally, myself, housing is life or death for me. I cannot get a double transplant kidney and pancreas if I do not have stable housing. I also have children. I'm only 33, and it's hard. It's hard out here for me to do anything that I need to do. I literally cut my dialysis treatment 30 minutes short today so I can get here and speak on behalf of myself and others that may need housing in the community. Yeah, it's just very hard with the amount of rent that they want you to pay in the communities that they have these amounts for, just being hard everywhere. I myself have exhausted every agency or community resource that we have. I've exhausted every last one of them, and I cannot get any help, and I just feel like this is inhumane. Like, I don't, at this point, I'm not even sure what else to do. And like I said, that is why I came here today, to see if we can get something done about this, because I know I'm not the only one. Maybe I'm the only one with the knowledge to come here to speak on behalf of everyone, but I'm not the only one in this situation, and something has to give. There's being money spent on things such as a lobby of a train station. When I'm homeless, I have a disabled child also with me. I have 2 children. One of them is disabled. So that's why I'm here today, to speak on that, as far as what can actually be done with the resources or the money that we are getting for the city. So that's what I'm here for. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Chief Bennett, could you get her information as well, sir? Thank you very much, sir. Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your name.
My name is Kimberly Ward, and I'm on behalf of housing. And it's just like you see a lot of people in Walmart stations, in cars, restaurants. I know y'all have seen it. If you go to Burger King or your next, visit at your Walmart, look in the back. Look in the back of Walmart. Look around you. Sometimes y'all have to see this, because y'all not looking at the fact that, well, damn, that person needs a housing. That person needs this. Why are we letting all these monies go to waste? For I'm talking in general, in public. I'm not talking about black, white, or different. I'm talking about all of us. Let's all of us get along and try to help people. I've been struggling for a long time to get on Section 8. Y'all been saying 2 years, 2 years, 2 years. When is it gonna open again for us in Florida? When is it gonna really open there right here in Tampa for us? People in general, older, younger, people that are out in the streets. I see young babies out in a car, a car, sleeping in cars. What do we have to do to, get these openings up for us? The people. That's what I'm looking at, the people. You see these people, y'all need to look at it. Y'all need to look at this when you go shopping the next time, or you taking your kids to the park or something. Look at these people. We're struggling. We're struggling as a people. That's all I have to say.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Arlene Murray. I am 83 years old. I have gone through a lot. I have seen a lot. I am a resident here for 30 years. I was born in New York City. I have been raised in New York City. I'm sorry if you cannot hear me well. I have had 2 strokes, so therefore it's impaired my speech. I want to know, why is Florida so backwards? Why is Florida so backwards with the people? You call us inferior, minor people of color. Why? Why are you so backwards? I would like to understand. I go to the store and I'm treated like I'm trash. Not only by whites, and not only by Spanish, by other people. I go to get a decent job and treated not nice. I go to get a home. I can't get a home. Because of my income. Why? The question is, why is Florida so backwards? Could someone give me an answer? Can someone give me an answer why you are so backwards? You come to New York, you come to Chicago, you come to California. They're all ahead of you. They're all ahead of you. Oh, there's some things I would love to say, but I will not say them here. I keep them to myself. I keep them to myself because you are so backwards. You're so inferior to you treat your neighbors. Thank you. I will leave now.
No, you have 30 more seconds.
I cannot talk too much longer because of my impediment, but I would like answers. That's what I want to know. Why you have babies out living out in the street, you have little kids living out in the street Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good morning, ma'am. Please state your name.
Good morning, Connie Burton. I am so thankful young people are in the audience today, the mayor's council, so they will see the city that they will inherit. The cries of the people that constantly come down here and talk to you about the ongoing crisis in our community, yet we see this agenda don't reflect you understand any of it. 7 committees. I look through the agenda and I say, well, how do African Americans in this city, poor people in this city, economically benefit? How do you have people that is now moving toward committees have a better understanding that housing crisis will not be solved unless we can build from the foundation up economically? The refusal of you to do just some of the minimal stuff. So we talk about affordable housing, we watch how affordable housing, the wording get hijacked. Go from affordable housing to workforce housing to student housing. Well, I'm going to give you a new word this morning. Let's talk about genocide. Let's talk about the purposely killing off. When people don't have dignity, when people don't have hope, when young people have given up, when we see our community being dismantled with gentrification, and it's all right by y'all because you still approve developers that you give these low interest loans to for 100 years, but yet and still you can't even figure out how to do a simple studio apartment. Mama and daughter team this morning begging for housing. A young woman talking about a life and death situation on dialysis, living out of a car. So we did a little workshop, community workshop. We said, hey, let's hear about what the problems are, because obviously our city council members don't get it. But I can assure you, moving forward, that's all you're gonna hear from us. Housing crisis. If we have to come in front of your front door, that's all you're gonna hear. Housing and housing crisis. Not the ones that the East Tampa Civic CRA is now just buying property, assembling property. Now we are watching the top tier of the housing department, the economic development department, from Ms. Cole Travis on down, abandon, leave their jobs. They can come up here and say whatever they want to. People have a right to go, but why are they going? Well, we have such a serious crisis in this community. We know after the mayor go, many of our senior staff gonna go, but I do know this. Some of you all want to continue on with your political career, and you better be cautious, because we have told you repeatedly, and you have come to our community saying that you was gonna deal with the issues, and damn it, you haven't.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, good morning.
Good morning, thank you.
Please state your name.
Tasia Stagg. Among much else, the woman whose family lives next door to my house in Tampa has orchestrated 3 false criminal prosecutions of me enjoying collaboration and special treatment by your police department. She's spent time shining lasers at my face and my dog's face and lied under oath to defame me in several situations, including at my hearing here in September to discourage you from granting permission for me to try to hide from her family and the accomplices they recruit to act out against me. In February, days after the second devastating abatement of my Florida-friendly landscape, she called in a complaint to code enforcement. Inspection, no violations. March, identical complaint, inspection, no violations. April, identical complaint, she contacted the mayor's office for special treatment. No violations among her complaints, but obligated to find something wrong, the inspector opened new selective enforcement cases. Additionally, the neighborhood enhancement crew was ordered to act out against me for the 3rd time that I'm aware of. At the behest of my tormentors, the neighborhood enhancement crew shredded the code-compliant native plants that were succeeding in between the sidewalk and road. Like I've said before, mowing native plants down to the soil surface is not an enhancement to any neighborhood. Replacing lush native flowering plants with bare dirt, killed plants, dust, and mud does not make the city look good. The crew also reduced the height of the privacy hedge I've nurtured in the right-of-way in front of my property and removed all of the limbs that had been shading the sidewalk. They also removed 7 green fronds from one of the sable palmettos growing in the right-of-way, an attack on the appearance and health of the plant and its value to wildlife, and a violation of industry standards. None of this was necessary, and it's absolutely foolish to remove shade anywhere, especially from a sidewalk. Additionally, obeying the commands of my tormentors will only encourage them to continue their campaign against me and is a misuse of city resources. This is evil. Please help.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ms. Lockett, good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your name.
You've already said it. Robin Lockett. It's a lot going on today. And council is full of emotions. Not 1, not 2, but 3 people have resigned within the last 1 or 2 months. Very important people. people that I was excited about doing something different, creating something sustainable that the city can continue in the near future, right? Although I'm sad, I do understand. There is something in the midst about culture. And with the city has a certain culture. And with that culture, the city is going to realize that people are not going to stay in one place and get abused, get neglected, get all of the bad things, right? They're not going to do it. Once upon a time, when I was growing up and I was getting a job, I was taught, although I didn't do it, but I was taught, get a job, look for retirement, stay there for 30 years. What the city and everybody else has to realize that this generation now, they're not doing that. If they don't like how they're being treated, if if anything is wrong that they cannot handle, or they don't want to handle, not even can, they don't want to handle. Self-care is important, family care is important. And people are putting those things first. But how does the city change that culture? How does the city change that culture? Because you're losing 3 important people. And it's sad. And no matter what roadmap they've created, no matter what they've put in, began to put in, because they haven't finished, began to put in place, people have to have the will to finish that work. People have to have the heart to finish that work. And that's going to be difficult. That's going to be difficult. And I'm sad because of that, because there's a lot of work around housing. It is a housing crisis. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And something has to be done. Something has to be continued. Quickly, number 93 is coming up. The city has, the enjoyment in speaking with doing public comments with the city is the city allows people to come and speak. They don't handcuff people. They don't cut time. If there's a lot of people, you guys allow people to have their First Amendment right and speak. Cutting the time down to 2 minutes because there's 50 people in line. Curving yourself to what what the county and the school board does, I think would be an injustice to what the city stands for. You allow people to speak out, speak openly, and speak loud. And I'm looking forward to that being the place and being sustainable.
Thank you very much, ma'am. That concludes in-person public comment. We're going to go to the registered public speakers. We have Natalie is the first speaker. Is Natalie on? Okay. Natalie, if you're on, please unmute yourself. State your name. You have 3 minutes. Natalie, if you're on, please unmute yourself. Huh? All right, we'll come back to Natalie. Angel D'Angelo, if you are on, sir, please unmute yourself.
He is currently not logged on at this time.
All right, Mr. Michael Randolph, sir, if you are on, please unmute yourself and state your name.
Yes, good morning. My name is Michael Randolph. I'm with the West Tampa CDC. I'm doing a follow-up to our last conversation about the community benefit agreement to talk specifically about the program. The program that we want to launch is known as the West Tampa Virtual Connect Opportunity Dashboard. It's going to be ran by artificial intelligence. That's going to be 2 databases. One database is going to be all of the residents that live in West Tampa. The second database is all of the businesses that are in West Tampa and connecting the two. Related to the resident side of the table, we're talking about providing job opportunity, job training, and job skills. Residents will be able to connect to open jobs in West Tampa by local businesses. There's over 100+ businesses in West Tampa. Not only will residents in general be able to connect, but we also will be connecting youth to summer jobs in West Tampa. In addition to that, they will be able to learn hard skill training on how to do, powered by artificial intelligence. Soft skills is another training that they get. In addition to how to do a resume, it will produce that professional resume and show them how to do a job interview. Not only will they be able to connect to local jobs, but also state and national jobs as well. I can't overemphasize connecting young people to jobs. The second part is the business side of the table, where residents will be connected to businesses throughout West Tampa. As you know, we have all kinds of businesses in West Tampa. This will connect residents to businesses and increase the overall profits for businesses. In addition to those that want to learn federal procurement, is going to be taught that as well. And another unique thing is residents will be able to rate the businesses in West Tampa to make sure that they're actually meeting the needs of West Tampa. So I did send you a video from a guy, Charles Adams, in Sulphur Springs. We'll be working with the Sulphur Springs group to put together, we've already started a nonprofit working with Mr. Adams. But in addition to that, what we want to do is to create a table to promote change from within, using best practices as well as national funding to work with that organization. Ain't nothing like being at the head of the table when you're a neighborhood group. Thank you very much, and I appreciate the opportunity to share my thoughts with you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Randolph. Natalie, if you're on and you're unmuted, please state your name. You have 3 minutes. Natalie?
I used to say that I'm muted.
Natalie, are you on?
Yes, of course, yes. I'm on, but I'm muted.
We can hear you. Please state your name. Go ahead. Natalie, you're good to go. If you state your name, go ahead and this is your time for public comment. One more time. Natalie, if you can hear us, we can hear you, and this is your time for public comment. All right. Thank you very much. That will conclude public comment. At this time, we go to item number 45. Chief Bennett, if you want to kick it off.
Good morning again, Council. John Bennett, Chief of Staff, and good morning to our public. As mentioned on May 16th during the administrative update, the administration was able to conclude its search to replace Russell Halpert after retired from our Technology and Innovation Department. Most of the public know that as our IT or information technology. The mayor is honored to nominate Eric Hayden, who's been with the city since 1986, and he has progressively worked in these roles in our T&I department as our new Chief Technology, Chief Information Officer, and Director of what we would call Technology and Innovation. He's got a master's degree. He is obviously well credited. He competed well against 93 other candidates nationwide, and I thought that was very validating for his journey to be nominated by the mayor for the potential appointment from council. And as always, I want to thank council for their support during this process, and the background information of the department as well as his vitae have been inside on base since the agenda item was established. He's joined here today by his family, which I'll let him introduce, and his senior leadership team. So with that, I'll turn it back to council.
Thank you very much. Mr. Hayden, anything you'd like to say?
Good morning, Chair, and good morning, Council. I'm Eric Hayden, as you know, from T&I. I've been with the city for a little bit of time, and through 6 different roles within IT, I've helped almost every customer, every citizen as far as our communities. It's also through our departments. We're big with business, process improvement, as well as running a frugal shop as we can. We don't have a lot of money to do things, so we make sure that we help all departments get what they can out of what we have. And I stand before you, nominated by the mayor and, of course, Chief of Staff's honor. And I appreciate your vote, and I appreciate your consideration for my appointment.
Councilmember Miranda.
Thank you very much. Just out of curiosity, from 86 to now, that's 38 years. So you've been here a little longer than most of us. And I appreciate what you've done and what your staff has done. And it takes a cooperation of everyone in your department, working with everyone, working for the city, because there's over 4,000 of us. And you got a very difficult job because you got these computers everywhere, and sometimes they work and sometimes it's the computer, sometimes it's the operator. In my case, you don't have to worry because I don't do any of that. So one less problem that you have. But I appreciate all your employees. When we call, they show up and they fix it, and they address how to fix it. And for that, I applaud to you and your department for doing what you do on a daily basis. Thank you very much for your services.
Thank you.
And I move the recommendation.
Wait, Councilmember Hurtak, Councilmember Carlson.
Thank you. I wholeheartedly support your nomination. You and I have had quite a few conversations about many different things, and I really appreciate the way that you answer a member of the community's questions about how certain things are run, and that you're open to listening and opening to changing things, and also that you and your team are working so hard to try to modernize a big, giant, difficult to change agency like any type of government, but for us particularly, and really appreciate the way you are trying to drag the city kicking and screaming into the 21st century. And one of those things, because I'm gonna put you on the spot right here because you're here today, you and I have talked quite a bit about the possibility. While I was gone, council voted to use comment cards and limit the amount of time people are able to speak during public comment. And really the main issue is trying to get people's names and making sure they're spelled correctly for both the clerk and for the chair. So really what I have talked to you about, and what my aide Kelly has talked to you about, is the ability for us to have technology here in council chambers where people can just type in their information so that all of that's available. And you and I have talked about the possibility of being able to do that pretty soon. Could you speak to that a little bit?
Sure, absolutely. What Councilwoman is referring to is a sort of a sign-up routine where we can actually have a kiosk. We have a pilot. We've actually prototyped solution that we're actually having ready for review. It's at council's pleasure to actually take a look at it to see if it will suit purposes, so to speak. Councilwoman Hurtak also had a good idea of starting with maybe a small group first before we go into a larger group with much more denser population. But what this would be is a simple web portal, and we would just have a kiosk. People could come in, type in their names, type what their item is they're working on, and so forth. This is an internal development type of thing. It's real easy to do. We can do it really quickly. It just needs council's pleasure to take a peek, take a look at it. If they like it, we'll tweak it, and then we can actually deploy it.
So I would actually like to move, before we move him, to try this at the June 27th workshop.
I would wait until we even talk about this item with Mr. Shelby, and if you want to hold that motion until later on.
Okay,
All
but
right.
either way, I'm thrilled to know that when there's the problem, that your team is willing to find a solution, and I think that's phenomenal.
Thank you very much.
Councilmember Carlson, Councilmember Clinton.
Yeah, I fully support Mr. Hayden. He and his predecessor and their staff have always been very responsive and excellent, and I know you all are doing a lot of hard work to migrate. One system we went from, I think, version 1 or 2 to 11 or something like that, and we're trying to do that with other systems as well. So appreciate that. I haven't had a chance to meet with you because I was overseas, but look forward to catching up with you sometime soon. When I was at this international conference, one of the big things everybody's talking about is, and it's been for years, is cybersecurity. And so many governments have been shut down because of ransomware and other problems. And knock on wood, in the last 5 years, that hasn't happened, at least since I've been here. And I pray that you all can keep us safe. There's just so many state-sponsored threats and others out there that are just really scary. And so I appreciate you all staying on top of that. Protecting our city's assets is and the people of our city is number one. So thank you for your hard work and your years of experience with the city, and look forward to working with you.
Councilmember Clendenin?
Yeah, I appreciate the work of your department, and one of the things that I've observed in the time that I've spent on council, which is just a little over a year, is how forward-facing our technology is towards our customer and citizens of the city of Tampa. I think it's a tremendous, accolades to you all for having that, those platforms and the ability for the community to be able to transparently see the workings of their city government. So congratulations. And I'd also like to make a point that our chairman was 2 years old when you was first employed by the city of Tampa. So he was still doing something in his diapers when you were employed by the city of Tampa. So still am, I'm sorry. Very good. So congratulations. I look forward to continue to work with you. And if you're ever able to move us to an Apple platform, you'd have my forever gratitude. Thank you.
All right, anybody else? If not, we have a motion from Councilmember Miranda. Do we have a second? This is to approve the nomination. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And your family's here with you?
Yes, absolutely. Can I bring them up?
Come on up.
Absolutely. Dee, my wife. This is Dee, my wife. We've been together for 45 years.
All
Believe it or
right.
not, we met in college, and she helped me program, basically, starting off. And then, of course, she's been behind me the whole time. I've been a public servant. What you get with us is the Hayden team, because basically it's like we work with each other, support each other to make sure we're all available for whenever is needed. Migrations, you name it, all the things we do that's typically an IT type of thing. It doesn't take one person, it takes a team. And my wife here, it's like she's been my love of my life. She's been awesome. She's supported me. She's helped me in the college lab. She's helped me when I'm doing migrations here. And I do appreciate her being here and being here for the rest of my life.
I'm very proud of you.
This is my daughter, Jenna. She's just married. She's a newlywed. This is Alex, her husband. And so we welcome them as well. And same old thing. We have a UF graduate, for those that like UF, and so forth. Public safety, public service, and everything runs through our basically our DNA. Jenna was actually spent time with dispatch. So she was a public service person with dispatch for police for a little bit of time. She's now a manager at PwC. I'm so proud of her. Yep, Alex, as far as come on up. A new member of the family, we appreciate him. Alex is kind of techie. He's kind of like me. He's a weatherman. He loves tech. He does all this stuff. So we're actually showing him a lot of the back, behind the scenes things downstairs with actually the production of this meeting, public meeting as well. So thank you for coming out and so forth.
Congrats.
Also, as far as
Smart move showing up for the new father-in-law.
Exactly. Yeah. My son is not here. He's actually working overtime with fire dispatch. He's also a public service person. There's a couple supervisors that don't leave and so forth, so he's actually volunteering to work there, so we're proud of him. And I miss him here, but at least we know he's there and he's doing well. And then my team, these are some of my senior supervisors. Cybersecurity is very, very top. It's 50% of our work half the time because we have to stay vigilant 7x24. As you go through the groups, you'll have all the different teams. We actually focus by function. So each of the team leaders actually work with revenue finance. We work with public safety. We work with all the different types of teams. Of course, we have cybersecurity here with our security CISO. So anyway, these are all things that are always up and running and things we always have to keep up with. You're right, it's a never-ending job. I look forward to working with, collaborating with you in the future, and thank you so much for your confidence in me and your vote.
Yes, sir, Mr. Shaw.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to bring to council's attention that you did move the resolution. I just want to include it so the public knows, and it's included in the record. It's somewhat related to item number 93, which we'll be discussing later. But what council did approve also included the residency waiver as part of the resolution. So I just wanted to be clear. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Yep.
No, I wanted to say to you, Mr. Hayden, just thank you for showing your heart right now. It's not every day you see somebody who's up for an approval and you bring up your family, you talk about your wife of almost 45 years, et cetera. I was just touched. I mean, that was a real Jimmy Stewart thing you did there, so good for you. I mean that, thank you.
Yeah, you're very lucky to have such a wonderful family and a wonderful team, and we're very lucky to have you. I mean, 38 years of dedicated public service to the community. We appreciate you because what you do is not easy. Thank you very much, Mr. Shelby.
So I don't think I've ever done this, but I just want to share from my perspective that I came to know Eric Hayden during the pandemic. And one of the most difficult challenges the city faced was the continuation of operation of government. And this man, I saw him in action. I saw what he and his team were able to do. And the residents of Tampa owe a great deal of gratitude to the people who were able to get government up and running in a total shutdown, and to see what we were able to do on behalf of the people of the city to fulfill our role as government during this crisis. So thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Just one more comment I'd like to make after all these accolades for Eric is, when he was going through the selection process, the first thing he told me was, if I don't get it, I'm still your guy, and I'll be here, and I'll take care of whoever comes in. I just thought that was a really noble thing to say during this process, so.
Like I said, we're very lucky to have you. We appreciate your commitment and everything that you do. And as Mr. Shelby mentioned, you know, to piggyback on that, with COVID, with moving to the convention center, with my legislative aide Lisa, with coordinating, I don't know how you did it. I'm pretty good with computers and technology, but you and your team took it to the next level because it was, what do they say, pivot. You know, every day was something different, you know, and your team handled it, you handled it, so we're glad that you're here. So thank you very much, sir, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I have one thing to say. Did you say that your partner in life did your homework, or she helped you with it? Did you say that she helped you with your homework? I just want to know, that was a very important point that you pointed out. Very good.
Woman power for sure. She's helping with proofreading, with everything. She's basically, I wouldn't be complete without her.
And I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you and your family.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you. All right. We're going to break for lunch at 12 o'clock today, and we're going to come back at 1:30. So let's get on with the agenda. We are at item number 6. See you later.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and Council. This is McLean Evans, Assistant City Attorney. Item number 6 is first reading of an ordinance to provide 1 day a week watering restrictions and protection for those who abide by that from any sort of penalty. I am available for questions, as are staff, if you have any.
Councilmember Hurtak.
I think this is wonderful. We need 1 day a week watering, especially because of the drought that we seem to get every May. But I do have a question about enforcement. What does that look like?
So we do have a team of 5 individuals that do go out, and recently our numbers have ramped up with citations. Since the restrictions went into place, we've got a total of 331 citations, totaling about $34,000, and we're in process of collecting that. But it's about 17,000, I think, is what we've actually collected.
Wow, thank you.
Councilmember Henderson, Carlson, Clendenin. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I was just curious about the reporting of violations. Are community citizens allowed to do that? Make a phone call to report violations, and do you address it from that capacity?
Yes, and we do take those by web, by email as well. There's some links online to report that.
Okay, thank you.
Councilman Carlson.
Yeah, I just want to say, for the public watching who may not know why or what we're doing, despite cutbacks, temporary cutbacks, the water usage is high, and the alternatives to provide additional water are incredibly expensive. And so unless the public wants us to possibly double, triple, quadruple their rates, it's better to continue to promote conservation. That's my read into it, my view. So it's not that we're just arbitrarily doing it. We're not just doing it for environmental reasons. There's an economic reason as well. But as I read this includes a prohibition on reclaimed water. Isn't Do I read that correctly?
No, it does not restrict the reclaimed water use.
Okay, so they can, for people who have reclaimed water, or people who want to sign up for it, what's the allowance for that?
It's a $665 sign up, and once again, we do have links online, and we can.
But they can water how many times a week?
Oh, it's not limited. We ask them to use their judgment on that, but it's not restricted.
And it's only because of the pilot that was done 20 years ago. It's only available right now in South Tampa. We're looking at other alternatives for people who want it, but there are a lot of people in South Tampa who aren't signed up for it. And if you want a water source that doesn't hurt a potable supply, please talk to the water department about signing up for that. I had my irrigation person look at this, and he said there are certain conditions under which you can water more than once a week. Could you describe those? And he also said that I just went through the expense of putting in a drip system, and he said that drip is not included. And so if somebody has a drip system and/or they have some other kind of water saving devices, what are the restrictions on those?
Yeah, there's no restrictions on the micro irrigation, and if you're establishing a new lawn, there is an allowance for that additional watering. I don't have the exact numbers. I believe it's 60 days. Arthur, go ahead.
Good morning, McLean Evans, Assistant City Attorney. We follow under SwiftMud's guidance on the new lawn landscaping rules. It's a 60-day allowance. The first 30 days are up to every day, but only during your watering hours. And the next 30 days are 3 days a week, depending on if you're odd or even address, again, during normal watering hours.
Yeah, and just Councilmember Miranda has been preaching about this for years, and he has probably the best system of any of us. But it is expensive to put the drip system in, but if you have the old one that sprays, you're wasting a lot of water, and you can cut your water usage by 90% in some cases, and you're not necessarily tied into this restriction. So anything anybody can do, please look at that. Plus, there are rebates through the city and Tampa Bay Water for putting electronic metering and other kinds of usage systems on there. So as anybody's looking at it, please look at these alternatives because you can still work to effectively help plants in your yard or gardens if you follow the rules. Thank you.
Clendenin and Councilmember Miranda.
So I have a question. So we're just now entering rainy season. Why don't we do this earlier? Why don't we have this restriction during like our drought period? Why do we wait until we start rainy season to start this?
We were looking at when the district's restriction was going to expire, and we looking at our demand. We're looking at here's a quick snapshot.
Right.
I don't know if you see it.
That's what I was kind of getting at.
A snapshot of our reservoir, and you see this green line here. That is our Hillsborough River dropping. We're seeing the need to continue this.
Okay. That's kind of what I was getting at. Is that I wanted to show the significant drop in the rise in demand and the significant drop in the reservoir. So, yeah.
And the demand is continuing to rise, and yeah, it's in conjunction really with that expiration of the district.
Swift modes. Yeah. Very good. Thank you so much.
Councilmember Miranda.
I don't even know where to start. I got so many things in my mind. But first of all, thank you for what you do. I mean, this is something not new. We usually one of the first to restrict the water usage more than once a week, twice a week, and then we cut it down to once a week. However, when you start looking at the total picture, I don't know how long we've had 82 million gallons a day average on a yearly basis, but it's got to be 40 or 50 years ago, I believe. The problem with that is we have grown since that, doubled from 200,000 to 400. And for what I just saw yesterday on the projections of the media, by 2050, this city's going to grow another 100,000. So if we're at 82 million gallons a day and you can't violate it, but others can ask for it and get it, that's the way I see it, we better never sell 1 ounce of reclaimed water to no one. And I see that, and I know where I'm coming from, and I appreciate everybody's system that they have. I have the best system. No grass. 24 years ago, I took away all the grass, front and back. All I have is rocks. It's easier to maintain. There's no lawnmower. There's no noise that somebody can say I'm waking up somebody's kid. There's no emission from the lawnmower saying that I'm violating the law. And I'm talking about myself. No, I'm talking about what you have to do if you really want to do it. So sooner or later, this is going to get worse, not better. We're killing ourselves through the environment that we don't take care of. That's what's wrong with the whole, excuse me, with the whole world, not us. Look at California. Look at Phoenix now. You can't get a permit. I think Zephyr Hills is. The whole world's the same way. So I'm warning now, I will vote no to sell reclaimed water to anyone unless we have more than 82 million gallons a day. And we can do that if they let us put more water into the aquifer from the ASR system or do more wells so that we can maintain something. And even then, even if we fill all the wells up and there's a violation of reduction in rainfall, guess what? You only got water for about 20 days if you use those wells. So you're catch-22, and we're fooling ourselves if we think we're going to be nice and have enough water. You're not going to be nice if you want to have enough water. You got to go out and fight for it, because that's what's coming. We sign something, and it's great, it's there, never ends. It's got two endings. How can a contract have two endings? And it's in 2038, unless you have a debt service. If you have a debt service, it never ends. So when you bond something, it never ends. So this city, not today, not tomorrow, but the next 20 years, something's got to happen, because you'll never have enough water with the 82 million gallons a day average. It can't happen with another 100,000 people coming. It just can't happen. But thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, sir. All right.
Do you believe water is the future, a future goal?
Without water, there's nothing left.
And we're going to continue to conserve it, and it's a good spend of our money here.
Thank you very much. Anything else in the presentation?
No, I mean, I had some stuff just to answer some questions, but I think we're good.
All right, if there are no further questions, Councilman Miranda, would you like to read the ordinance? This is
Item number 6?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. File number 6, E2024-8, Chapter 26, ordinance being presented for first reading consideration. An ordinance of the City of Tampa, Florida, pertaining to utilities, amending City of Tampa Code of Ordinance, Chapter 26, Utilities, Articles 2, Water, Section 2697, Water Conservation, providing 1 day a week, irrigation, providing for enforcement and penalties, for violation, providing for protection of penalties, for compliance, providing for definition, repealing all ordinance or parts of ordinance in conflict therein, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
Second. We have a motion from Councilmember Miranda with a second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Second reading and adoption will be held on July 18th, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. in City Council Chambers, 315 East Kennedy Boulevard, 3rd floor, Tampa, Florida, 33602.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Council.
We're going to go to consent agenda. Councilmember Vieira, you are the Chair of Public Safety. Will you move items 7 through 17 minus 14?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah.
7 through 17 with the
Minus
exception
14.
of 14.
Second.
Yes, I move.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to
Said it yet.
Wait, Councilmember Vieira.
Mr. Chair, I'm going to
with the
abstain on number 17. My firm does work with a school district. It's not related to anything regarding the city and not to this subject, but in abundance of caution, I'm going to recuse myself.
So if I may, I'll do 7 through 13, 15, and 16 at this time.
We have a motion from Councilman Vieira. We have a second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And then separately, I'll do move item 17.
We have a motion from Councilmember
Second.
Vieira, second from Councilmember Henderson. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Motion
opposed?
carried with, Carlson abstaining.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Next up, Councilmember Henderson.
Yes, I move Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Committee items 18 through 26.
Second.
We have a motion from Councilmember Henderson, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, Councilmember Hurtak, 28 through 41, because 27 is going to be heard with 87.
Yes, I move items number 28 through 41.
All right, we have a motion from
Second.
Councilmember Hurtak, second from Councilmember Henderson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilmember Miranda, 42 through 46, with the exception of 45.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move 42 through 46 with the exception of 45.
We have a motion from Councilmember Miranda, second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilmember Carlson, Building and Zoning, 47 through 66, with the exception of 57 through 58, which will be heard later on under staff report.
Yes, and I'm going to recuse myself on number 63. My firm has a client related to this subject. We don't work on anything related to the city, but in abundance of caution, I'll recuse myself. So I'll move 47 through 66, not including 57, 58, 63.
Second. All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Carlson, second from Councilmember Vieira. All in favor? Aye. All right, separate vote for item 63. Councilmember Clendenin, you're the vice chair.
Second.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Motion
opposed?
carried with Carlson abstaining.
All right, Councilmember Clendenin, you are the Transportation Committee chairs, 67, 73.
I move items 67 through 73.
We have a motion from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Councilmember Vieira, would you mind setting 74, 5, 6, and 7 as one block?
Yes,
for the
sir. I
public
hereby
hearing?
move 74 through 77 for the scheduled hearings as noted on the agenda.
All right, we have a motion from Councilmember Vieira, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we have a few public hearings, second reading. At this time, if you are going to speak, these are non-quasi judicial, but if you're going to speak on any of the public hearings from now till 10:30, because 1:30 we can't hear yet, please stand, raise your right hand, and we'll swear you in. Oh, wait, can I get a motion to open all public hearings except
Second.
84? Motion from Councilmember Miranda, second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. If you're going to speak on 78 through 83, please stand, raise your right hand, and let's swear you in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to provide is the truth and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Mr.
All right.
Chair.
Yes, sir.
Marty, is it okay if I just say this once? On 80, 81, and 82, I was absent, but I've reviewed the files and watched the video.
Thank you very much, sir. And you're ready to vote?
Yes.
All right. Item number 78, Miss Rebecca Johns.
Hi, good morning. Rebecca Johns, Legal Department. This is a second reading on the ordinance imposing monitoring fees for affordable housing developments. Just to remind you, this only pertains to developments that are being built pursuant to Live Local, bonus provision agreements, or House Bill 1339. And this also includes an exception for those developments that already have third-party monitoring for other reasons. I'm here if you have any questions.
That was my question, if there were exceptions, and you just said it. So-
There is an exception built into the ordinance. They have to enter into an agreement with the city. They, being the developer, needs to enter into an agreement just to have those monitoring reports provided to the city.
All right, thank you very much. Any other questions or comments from council members? No? Is there anybody in the public that wishes to speak? Yes, sir. Please come up and state your name. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Eric Garduno. I'm with the Bay Area Apartment Association. Thank you for the opportunity to speak today. Our association represents the apartment industry in the greater Tampa Bay region. A number of our members provide affordable housing here in the city of Tampa. I'm coming to you today to ask you not to pass this ordinance. In short, as stated a moment ago, the ordinance creates a means to fund a new city bureaucracy to verify the rent and income affordable units built under the Local Act or built under the city's affordable housing density bonuses. On its face, it seems very reasonable, makes sense. That said, already in our industry, there are a number of different means by which these affordable housing compliance requirements are done. Many of our members today are under the requirement, whether it's state law, federal law, lender requirements to provide third-party verification reports. As mentioned a moment ago, there is a provision within the ordinance to allow for those third-party reports. However, I would say that, from our standpoint, it seems to be much more of a gatekeeper and potentially difficult to get those reports in front of the city, because there seems to be a cumbersome process to verify that. But more importantly, I think, our members, we really do understand the need for compliance reports. They comply with the requirements out there. What we don't understand is why is there a need to bring that capacity into the city when there are these third parties that is the norm and, you know, our members already regularly rely upon. So building a capacity in the city for city staff to do the same work that's already being done in the private sector does not make sense to us. Additionally, it also applies a fee, a compliance fee on affordable housing through ordinance. We've never seen this. I've canvassed my members, not just in the area, but across the state. No municipality has passed an ordinance that we know of that imposes a compliance fee on affordable housing. Our goal is to produce as much affordable housing, not to make it any more difficult than it has to be. We ask that you not move this ordinance forward, as it does add costs to the work that we already have to do. A much better approach would be simply for the city to accept have a process to accept the third-party compliance reports that are already being done or readily available. That accomplishes the city's goal, keeps in line with what we're already doing, and at the end of the day, it's a much more simpler, streamlined, and effective approach that I think everybody can agree on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is there anybody else in the public that wishes to speak? I see no one. Any questions or comments from council? Ms. Johns, do you have anything else to add? And let me ask you a question in regards to this.
Should have said no.
Well, I'm usually quiet, but what would be the cost, saying that this is an extra burden, you know, for those that are trying to provide affordable housing and whatnot? What kind of costs are we talking about?
So once the ordinance, if it gets passed, then we bring back a resolution where you actually set the fee. The cost that we are proposing, which we talked about at the first reading, is a $1,000 initial fee. And then for the annual monitoring, it would be $500 for buildings 4 units and less, and then or 5 units and less, and then for each unit above the $50. So that would be an annual fee.
So if you have a 5-unit complex, it's $500, so it's $100 per unit, and anything above is $50.
Right, so if you have a 5-unit complex, you would have a $1,000 initial fee, and then annually you would have the $500 fee.
Okay.
If you had 6 units, you would have an annual $550 fee.
Is the $1,000 fee recurring, or is it like the initial initiation?
That's just an initial.
Okay.
That's for the city to initially certify the tenants.
Okay, and then after that, annually, that $500 and then $50 for anything over?
Correct.
Okay.
And again, that's not in this ordinance. That's going to be set separately by resolution.
And can that be modified and regulated by council? Meaning if we want to say not 500, but 300 or 1,000 or $50, or we can change it from there?
Yes, that's why we're doing it by resolution, so it's easier for you to change those fees if that's what you want to do.
Okay. Who was next? Councilmember Clendenin, Hurtak, Carlson.
So it's my understanding that fees are set based in the state of Florida based on the actual cost incurred by the government is how we set fees. So when we set this fee, we need to ensure that this fee is actually reimbursing us for the actual cost of providing the service, correct?
And Keon Henderson has done that analysis, and these fees are in accordance with what they get paid by HUD or is built into the other contracts. So this is in accordance with the actual cost of it.
Okay, so then that's, I think a lot of what our discussion has been with fees is that we need to ensure that they're up to date and that they actually reimburse for the actual cost so that whatever it is so the other taxpayers aren't paying for that, whatever the cost is incurring, subsidizing that area of a business, that the area of business is actually paying for itself.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Councilmember Hurtak, Carlson.
Thank you. But if someone already has a third-party verification, what will the fees be for that?
So that exception is built into the little section 4 on the last page of the actual text of the ordinance. So they would just make sure the third-party monitoring company is approved by the city, that the scope of monitoring has been approved by the city, that the third-party monitoring company performs the monitoring services as required by the city, and the owner of the project pays all monitoring fees for the third-party monitoring.
And that would have to be done once or annually?
It would be an agreement with the city, so if they enter into an agreement once and they continue to use that same company and nothing changes as far as the services that are being monitored, then they'd only have to enter into that agreement one time.
So what this basically is trying to do is incentivizing people who are providing affordable housing to use a third-party monitoring system.
Yeah, I don't know if it's an incentive, but if they're already doing that and that's what their plan is, then they can continue to do that.
Okay, thank you.
This is just trying to recover the cost for those that aren't using the third-party monitoring that the city has to incur the cost for.
Correct, thank you.
Councilmember Carlson, Miranda.
Yeah, you've kind of answered what I was going to ask, but could you just clearly state again for anybody who's concerned about the comment that we're causing an extra fee for affordable housing? Could you explain why this is necessary and what the benefit is to the public and people staying in affordable housing?
Sure. So when you're monitoring affordable housing, the city has to ensure that the tenants that are living in those units are income certified. So the city has to actually go through and look at their income based on documents that are provided by the developer. The city has to ensure that they're meeting the requirements of the statute, the bonus provision agreements, the land use restriction agreements, whatever documents are involved. So we have a lot of these coming online, which is a great thing, but the city has to be sure that they have the staff to do that. So this will cover the cost of the staff to do all of that monitoring. And so the benefit of the city is this is not another example where the costs are not covering the actual services that the city is providing.
Councilmember Miranda.
I'm just thinking out loud. In the beginning of something that's going to be built, let's say a 100-unit project, and the city wants 15 or 20%, whatever it is, 200 units, 20 units of that. So now, what the developer's doing, and maybe rightly so, they say, well, the difference between what I could collect and what I collect, you have to pay the difference for 30 years, something like that. And we have to pay some development into that development to help build the whole process. Couldn't there be a way where the city says, okay, instead of 100, we're going to give you 120, and that 20 that we're giving you subsidizes the other 20, so everybody on those 20 are par even, so that the city doesn't have to make the investment into the real estate or the project, and they can use the money for other things that they really need also.
I'm not really.
I know I'm quick with numbers, and I apologize for that.
I didn't really follow that. If you could restate it as far as how this is actually just a fee.
I'm not speaking specifically to this, but since we're talking about this type of individual stuff, couldn't the city possibly do that?
That is probably another conversation.
Yeah, but I'm just bringing it up because you're talking about checking the affordable housing units, all of them.
I don't really know how to answer that question based on this.
I got it.
The number of units that are built pursuant to the Live Local and House Bill 1339 and the bonus provision agreements, that's based on, for certain things, like for the Live Local and House Bill 1339, the percentage that the developer determines are going to be affordable. For the bonus provision, it's based on what is calculated pursuant to the bonus provision code. I'm not sure I'm answering your question.
No, I understand. I understand. Thank you.
Councilmember Quindana.
I don't know if this, it would be actually for the gentleman that represents the apartments. When you heard that the city, and we've had a very good conversation about this, when you heard that the city's ordinance provides for third-party verification, I know that was one of your concerns. Does that mitigate your concern?
Yeah, come on up, sir. Please state your name again for the record.
Thank you. Eric Gardino, Bay Area Apartment Association. Unfortunately, it doesn't go as far as it needs to go. Now, the way the ordinance is currently set up, and I can read it here, it's these compliance and maintenance fees shall not be paid to the city in the event the fee owner or the affordable housing project in the city have agreed in writing to the utilization of third-party monitoring company, provided that, one, the third-party monitoring company is approved by the city. There's no information about how that process is set up in terms of approval. Who's going to be approved, who's not. There's a number of different companies out there that do provide that third-party monitoring,
Well, I think that's coming, so that would part of it, from testimony from our staff, is those decisions be negotiated with the city, and then the city, if I understand it, Ms. Johns, is that the city would approve that based on working with that client to ensure that that happens, and they would have an agreement between the two parties, correct? Is that, yeah, okay, thank you. So that's still coming.
Okay,
That's not necessarily this ordinance, that's what's coming to the next step as far as implementation.
Understood.
And let me be clear regarding the next step, that would be a project per project agreement.
Thank you very much. All right.
Which leaves open whether somebody is or isn't approved, in terms of the reports that they're already paying for and going through the motions to complete.
Got it. Motion closed.
We have a motion closed from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Vieira. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Councilmember Henderson, I believe I left off with you. Will you read item 78, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
File number E2024-8 Chapter 17.5. An ordinance of the City of Tampa, Florida pertaining to affordable housing, amending the title to Article 1 of Chapter 17.5 of the City of Tampa Code of Ordinances, include compliance and monitoring fees for affordable housing developments, adding Section 17.5-14 to Article 1 of Chapter 17.5 to provide for a compliance and monitoring fees to be paid by private developers to reimburse the City of Tampa for costs incurred by the city in monitoring affordable units constructed pursuant to bonus provision agreements approved pursuant to City of Tampa Code or as authorized by Section 1.66.04151 Florida statutes, repealing all ordinances or parts of ordinances in conflict herewith, providing for severability and providing an effective date.
Second.
We have a second from Councilmember Clendenin. Please record your vote.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you. Item 79. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Council. Ron Wheaton, Legal Department. Item number 79 is the second reading of an ordinance that is correcting two minor Scrivener's errors contained in ordinance number 2022-166. It was approved unanimously by City Council at first reading, and I'm available to answer any questions you may have.
Any
Thank you.
questions for Mr. Wigginton? Nope. Do we have anybody in the public that wishes to speak on item number 79? We have a motion to close from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Councilmember Clendenin, 79.
I move file number VAC-22-06, an ordinance being presented for second reading and adoption, an ordinance amending ordinance number 2022-166, passed and ordained by the City Council of the City of Tampa on September 15th, 2022, which vacated, closed, and discontinued and abandoned that alleyway described below to correct Scrivener's errors that are contained in the first recital clause in Section 2 thereof, repealing conflicts, providing for severability, providing an effective date.
Second. We have a motion from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. Please record your vote.
Motion carried unanimously.
All right. I saw two more individuals come in. We go into our quasi-judicial public hearings. If you're going to speak on anything from 80 to 83 and you have not been sworn in, Mr. Scaglione, please stand, raise your right hand, and we'll swear you in.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to provide is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
All right. Item number 80.
Thank you so much, Council. LaShawn Dock, Development Coordination. Item 80 is SU 2309. It's for the property located at 16,001 Tampa Palms Boulevard. This is a special use request for a restaurant with drive-in window. And this item is before you today for second reading and adoption. Site plan modifications were required to be made between first and second reading. Those changes have been made. The plans have been certified and provided to the clerk. I'm available if you have any questions.
Do we have any questions for Ms. Dock? If not, sir, please state your name.
Edward McDonald, Thomas Engineering Group.
All right, do you have anything to add?
Here to answer questions, should you have any.
All right, any questions from council members? If not, is there anybody in the public that wishes to speak on item number 80?
Motion closed.
We have a
Second.
motion to close from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Councilmember Hurtak, I believe it's you, 80.
Yes, file number SU 2-23-09, ordinance being presented for second reading and adoption, an ordinance approving a special use permit, SU 2, approving a restaurant with drive-in window in a CU community unit zoning district in the general vicinity of 16001 Tampa Palms Boulevard in the city of Tampa, Florida, and as more particularly described in section 1 hereof, providing an effective date.
We have a motion, and we have a, from Councilmember Hurtak, second from Councilmember Clendenin. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Wait, I'm sorry, record your vote. As I'm ready to push the button, you know.
Motion carried unanimously.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Congratulations. 81.
Thank you, Council. LaShawn, Dock Development Coordination. Item 81 is REZ 24-28. This is for the property at 1102 West Ohio Avenue. This is a request to rezone from RS 60 residential single family to RS 50 residential single family. This is a Euclidean request, so no site plan is associated with this request. And this item is before you today for second reading. I'm available if you have any questions.
Any questions for Ms. Dock? No? Mr. Scaglione, come on up.
Thank you, council, and thank you for voting on the first reading.
Anything you wish to add to the record, sir?
No, sir.
No? Is there anybody in the public that wishes to speak on 81?
Motion closed.
Second.
Motion to close from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And you are the only registered speaker, but you're here. So
Yes.
for the record. Councilmember Carlson, would you mind reading 81?
Marty, it's okay if I move it even though I wasn't here?
That's correct. Yeah, you stated that you saw the record.
Yeah.
You watched.
Just want to make sure. I'd like to move file number REZ 24-28, ordinance being presented for second reading, adoption ordinance, rezoning property in the general vicinity of 1102 West Ohio Avenue in the city of Tampa, Florida, more particularly described in section 1 from zoning district classification RS 60 residential single family to RS 50 residential single family, providing effective date.
We have a motion from Councilmember Carlson, second from Councilmember Clendenin. Please record your vote.
Motion carried unanimously.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, item number 82, Ms. Dock.
Thank you again, Council. LaShawn, Dock Development Coordination. Item 82 is REZ 24-29. This is for the property at 1408 East 21st Avenue. This request is to rezone from RS 50 residential single family to RM 18 residential multifamily. This request is a Euclidean rezoning request. There's no site plan associated with this request, and this item is before you today for second reading. I'm available if you have any questions.
Do we have any questions for Ms. Dock? Do we have an applicant for item number 82? All right.
Yes, sir.
Was the gentleman sworn in? Please raise your right hand and we'll swear you in, sir.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you are about to provide is the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes,
Thank you.
All right.
I do.
Go ahead, sir. Please state your name.
Just here to answer any questions you have and appreciate the vote on the first reading.
Sure, and what's your name, sir?
It's Michael Janeskis.
Very good. Any questions for the gentleman? No? Do we have anybody in the public that wishes to speak on item number 82?
Motion closed.
We have a motion closed from
Second.
Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Councilmember Miranda, 82.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. File number 82, RZ 24/29. Ordinance being presented for second reading adoption. An ordinance rezoning property in general vicinity of 1408 East 21st Avenue in the city of Tampa, Florida, more particularly described in section 1 from zoning districts classification RS 50 residential single family to RM 18 residential multifamily, providing an effective date.
We have a motion from Councilmember Miranda, second from Councilmember Vieira. Please record your vote.
Motion carried unanimously.
Thank you very much. All right.
Thank
we
you,
go to
Council.
10:30 public hearing. This is item 83. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Johnson-Velez.
Morning, Mr. Chair, Council, Susan Johnson-Velez, Legal Department. Item number 83 is a public hearing, the first of two public hearings required by state statute for an amendment to a development agreement. This is a third amendment to the development agreement for the Midtown Development Project. This amendment, as with the prior two, would allow limited encroachments into the public drainage easement that runs through the Midtown project. The particular encroachments pursuant to this agreement are for an underground electric conduit and for a canopy structure, both of which are identified in exhibits, graphic exhibits to the agreement, so that their specific location is easily identifiable. And this amendment was negotiated in conjunction with the Stormwater Department, so there are protections built into the agreement to protect our facilities and provide for remedial action in case there's any damage to the facilities from these encroachments. The developer's representative is here and may want to add something to that. I would note there are 2 public hearings required. The second public hearing is scheduled for June 20th, and so council does not need to take any action on the resolution at the end of this public hearing.
Thank you very much. Mr. Manassi, please state your name.
Good morning, council. Great seeing everybody. Ryan Manassi with Johnson Pope, 400 North Ashley Drive. Susan did a great job explaining the 2 encroachments that we're requesting through this amendment. I'm happy to answer any additional questions should council have any.
Do we have any questions for the gentleman? No? Do we have anybody in the public that wishes to speak on item number 83? I see none. Do we need a motion to close the public hearing? Yes. Okay, but no action on the resolution. Motion to close from Councilmember Clendenin, second from Councilmember Vieira. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And if we could just have that announced, please, for the
Yes.
clerk. Thank you.
Second public hearing will be held on June 20th, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. in City Council Chambers, 315 East Kennedy Boulevard, 3rd floor, Tampa, Florida, 33602.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're a few minutes early, and I think we should break for lunch. That's right. A few minutes early. Without any objection, we'll come back at 1:30.
And Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I wanted to introduce a nice young man. He's the fellow behind me, Gabriel Lopez, who's interned with our office. He goes to Carrollwood Day School. He's an incoming 10th grader, and he's a wonderful young man whose family is originally from Nicaragua, and he's a really smart guy, so get to know him. Just fine young man, and Gabriel, good to have you, buddy.
And did you say you had my aunt as your Spanish teacher? She was. She was, okay. Yeah, my aunt teaches at Carrollwood Day School, so. Very good. We're in recess until.
Termed out. Are you working to like replace him when he's gone?
I know.
He's got to be 18. All right, we are in recess till 1:30.